Think you're so funny. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna fucking do it this time. Swear to God it is not a lie. Your name appears top of the note. Michi, Mochievee. You're the reason I can't sleep at night. You're the reason I'm losing my mind. You're the reason God averts his eyes when he hops on Twitch and sees you live. It's fucked up what you do to me. It's fucked up how you treated me. You're fucked up how you're repeating that I sound like that. Fuck you, I don't even wanna waste any words on you. Do it again and I will make sure you're cancelled. That's the best you're gonna get out of me, so go fuck yourself, Michi. Stop talking that shit. Never say that I sound like Hobo Johnson again. Bro, I will straight up put a bullet in my head. For TOS reasons, I'm actually joking. Fuck yourself, Michi. Fuck yourself, Michi. Funny. Shut the fuck up. Think you're so funny. Shut the fuck up. Think you're so funny. Shut the fuck up. Think you're so funny. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna fucking do it this time. Swear to God it is not a lie. Your name appears top of the note. Michi, Mochievee. You're the reason I can't sleep at night. You're the reason I'm losing my mind. You're the reason God averts his eyes when he hops on Twitch and sees you live. It's fucked up what you do to me. It's fucked up how you treated me. You're fucked up how you're repeating that I sound like that. Fuck you, I don't even wanna waste any words on you. Do it again and I will make sure you're cancelled. That's the best you're gonna get out of me, so go fuck yourself, Michi. Stop talking that shit. Never say that I sound like Hobo Johnson again. Bro, I will straight up put a bullet in my head. For TOS reasons, I'm actually joking. Fuck yourself, Michi. Fuck yourself, Michi. So funny. Shut the fuck up. Think you're so funny. Shut the fuck up. Think you're so funny. Shut the fuck up. Think you're so funny. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna fucking do it this time. Swear to God it is not a lie. Your name appears top of the note. Michi, Mochievee. You're the reason I can't sleep at night. You're the reason I'm losing my mind. You're the reason God averts his eyes when he hops on Twitch and sees you live. It's fucked up what you do to me. It's fucked up how you treating me. You're fucked up how you're repeating that I sound like that. Fuck you, I don't even wanna waste any words on you. Do it again and I will make sure you're cancelled. That's the best you're gonna get out of me, so go fuck yourself, Michi. Stop talking that shit. Never say that I sound like Hobo Johnson again. Bro, I will straight up put a bullet in my head. For TOS reasons, I'm actually joking. Fuck yourself, Michi. Fuck yourself, Michi. Funny. Shut the fuck up. Think you're so funny. Shut the fuck up.
Chat, you're never gonna believe something that happened, okay? This literally just happened. I'm telling you, dude, my place is like fucking haunted or something. Oh, Jesus. So I swear to God, if my place is haunted, these fucking bitches gotta start paying rent. 'Cause hell nah. I was sitting here and I was like setting up, right? And you know what's like, oh, my empty bottle fell over. It's like, oh, that literally could have been the wind. Because it's like, it could have been anything. Chat, my, what is this even called? Light bulb? Like, I have a lamp. I remember telling you, I have a desk lamp. And I have a light bulb. And it's not on. It's not plugged in. And it just burst. My light bulb just bursted. It's not plugged in. It was not on. It just shattered. So now I have to clean up whatever this is. What the fuck? I literally had to unmute myself because I'm like, I'm telling you, I can't die on Twitch because it's against TOS. But like, I'm telling you, dude, if there is a ghost, what did you do to make them angry? Okay, you know what I did? I moved my setup a little bit to the left so I have enough space to put my Switch. They're trying to communicate. I'm telling you, it's just a 3-day, like, chat, it's over. If I have a ghost in this house, that's fine. Alright, what are they gonna do, bro? I'm like one of the most boringest tenants you'll see. It's like, ooh, I'm gonna haunt you at night. Brother, you can haunt me in the morning. I'm always home. I'm literally always here. Just get bored. There's literally nothing else you can see. It's like, I'm gonna haunt her at night. I'll wake her up in her sleep. And I'm sleeping like a log. How do you sleep knowing that you have ghosts in your house? I'm knocked the fuck out. The hell? That's crazy. That was creepy. I'll be real, chat. That was a little creepy. But that's okay. I'll clean up my shards of glass that's on my desk. I hope it's not under my floor. Ugh. I hope so, man. Right here. I'll play a song. VOD watchers. I'm sorry. I don't think you guys would hear the song. I'll play you a banger song. What's a nice song to listen to? To like... Oh, actually, I've been listening to this new song thing. For gym. I swear it's not sad this time. Like, I've been listening to a song and it's not sad. Ooh. Ooh. Wait, is it? Oh, shit. Yeah, it's not sad. Yeah, you know what? You can have this. Wait. Wait. There we go. Alright, 1 second. I have to clean glass. Chat! Literally nothing is connecting. Oh! Oh, what the fuck? It was literally connecting a second ago. And then everything disconnect. I'm telling you, bitch, if my house is haunted, for the least, do something useful. Like, if I need to do my laundry, insta dry it. You know what I'm saying? Something else. Something more fucking useful. No matter what the fuck this is. Connect! Ah! I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Ooh. Am I dumb? Is this a me thing? No. No, it's not. Oh. Oh. Oops. Hey. Boom. Turn it off and on again. You're sure, right, chat? Let me just do that. And stream. Oh. Oh, it's because I typed it in wrong. Maybe. Okay, while I quickly do this. What's that one song that... You know what? No. It's okay, chat. I'm smart and I'm locked in. I'm a genius and my neck is broken. Oh, wow. POV, you're a VTuber and then your tracking fucks up, so now you look like you broke your neck? That's me, man. Oh. Thank God chat didn't hear that. A bunch of things disconnected, but it's okay. We'll figure this out. Boom. Okay, sick. Natural. So it was a you problem. I may have typed in, I thought it was my IP address, but it wasn't my IP address. That may have been potentially the problem. But you know what? That's okay. Boom. Yes, yes. Beautiful. Yeah. Life is just so joyful. Yay! When things go my way. Yay! Okay, we did it. We're so smart and we're so cool like that. And now I'm gonna click that GTA playlist that I totally have. Boom. Aha. And then I go like this. And then I turn this on. And then I go like this. Yes! I'm just so smart. Oh!
You got scammed.
Oh, brother, women in STEM. Well. Chat, if you can't tell with my big genius glasses, I'm a genius today. I set up my IP thingy. Boom. I swear, if TTS is broken, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose my mind. I am... Please, not everything has to break. I'm gonna chop! Zane, what if they just hate you? What if they hate you specifically?
Pog online poggers.
Oh, it's because I fucked... Okay. Hi, Mr. Ghost-san. This is Michi. She streams every day at around 11 a.m. your time, but you can check out her Discord for the official schedule. Also, I know you probably use her PC at night, but she would probably appreciate it if you buy your own PC at Stoneforge PC using code Michi for a 10% off. Welcome to see you in the community. Corpa clap, chat. Welcome to the Scamby ship, by the way. Welcome. Chat, I've been up for hours now. Hi, mate. This is me as sober as I possibly can. I say that, but I had to take other meds. So I'm like, I'll be fine. But I'm taking the same meds Froggy takes. Which is very funny. It's funnier knowing that it doesn't affect us the same. Why is TTS broken? Oh my God. I'm sorry, Daldron. Please stop scamming the only person marketing your merchandise. What if I scam everyone equally? Thoughts on that? Why did it break? What the fuck happened? It's over, man.
Michi, you are the furthest away from a
there
women
we
in
go.
STEM. You continuously call yourself a man and also have
I
never
worked
been
on
in
that.
STEM. Also use
Untrue.
code Michi for 10% off soap and gamer subs.
I fixed the TTS, which shows that I am a woman in
Pog
STEM.
online poggers.
That was me testing it out. Boom. So you both... Okay, not weed. I take the other thing Froggy takes. It doesn't affect us the same though. It's basically like these meds that are supposed to boost your serotonin or whatever the hell. It's supposed to boost serotonin levels, chat. Did you know that's a thing? It's like, it brings you joy and happiness. Has it helped? Here's the thing. Every time I take it, I feel like it's not... The doctor said that it's supposed to help because... Is it what's called? SSRI. So, I have these meds that stabilize my mood, right? But the downside is... This is the most confusing thing, but welcome to being a guinea pig for the mental health. You have too much emotion. You take meds to stabilize your mood. Now you have no emotion, and that itself is depression. So now you have bouts of depression. What are you gonna do? Take meds to boost the emotions you want to boost. And that's why I am on like these serotonin booster thingies, right? But it doesn't help me be like more joyful. You got any Greg picks today? No, I sadly don't have any Greg picks today because Greg was being very, very whiny. I'm not sure why. Like, Greg, weirdly enough, Greg wouldn't eat unless I eat. I've noticed that recently. Like, I mean, I don't have to eat. I just have to like pretend like I'm eating and that's how he'd eat. I don't know why he does that. He's been like whining. So I decided to eat, and that's why now I'm just so sleepy and round. I'm so big and round and sleepy. The reason I don't like eating in the morning is I get really sleepy really fast. I don't know how to explain it. Like, my mom says it's the... Like, if every time I do that, my mom says I'm living like a pig. Because pigs do is like... All they do is they eat and then they go to bed, and then they wake up and they eat and they go to bed. Mom's like, every time you eat, the first thing you feel is sleep. Like, food is supposed to make you more energized, but instead of feeling energized, you feel like you're sleepy. That's like, you're like a pig. And I'm like, you know what? Oink, oink, bitch. You're kind of right. Cats check in on you also to be sure you're eating and healthy. Greg would not eat unless I'm pretending to eat. So now I'm just like pretending to eat soup out of my bottle of water. But no, today I actually ate. So... Greg's been really whiny, and I just haven't taken the picture of him. Because I can't. Like, he wants me to do 6 things at once, you know what I'm saying? Or you could just actually eat. Thoughts on that? But what if I fall asleep? What was on the menu today? Today, I had mentai... It's like this, like, sushi... It's a burrito, but technically it's made of a seaweed. So it's like seaweed on the outside, there's rice. And then it's like mentai, and there's salmon on it. They call it a sushi burrito, but it's really not burrito. Chat TTS will wake you up. I get mad. Is it called jumbo sushi? Like a kimbap? No, it's not in a circle. It's like a taco. Like it looks like a taco, but it's made out of seaweed, and then there's rice on it. So it's not really like a roll. It's like a U. It's like a bowl. It's one of those. A burrito. It's like a taco burrito made of sushi something. It's nutritious though, okay? It was nutritious and I had a good amount. I was eating. I was devouring. And I wanted to play Tomodachi Life, but chat, hear me out. This happens every single time. Everyone is playing Tomodachi Life. Everybody.
I recently watched a Brave Wilderness video on the Lesser Sunda Islands.
Oh.
Have you ever been? What's your thoughts on kimono dragons?
The Lesser Sunda Islands? I've never been to the Lesser Sunda Islands. And kimono dragons? Is that a thing? Were you trying to say Komodo dragons? Or is there an actual thing called kimono dragons? I'm gonna assume it's Komodo. I'm gonna just assume you were trying to talk about Komodo dragons. I've never been to the Lesser Sunda Islands, but I have seen Komodo dragons. I think Komodo dragons are the most horrific things to ever exist in the world. I want you to know they're fucking huge. Komodo dragons, chat, are like the length of a deer, right? They can go really, really fast. They can go fast in the water. They can go fast on the land. And you know how Komodo dragons kill you? They don't strangle you. They don't, like, well, they technically do poison you. They're venomous. Komodo dragons are venomous really fucking fast. Imagine a venomous crocodile. That is Komodo dragon. The toxic mouth. Chat, you want to know the funnest fact about the Komodo dragons, right? They are venomous, but it's not very strong. Their most deadliest thing is their mouth. And they don't produce that, by the way. It's not like, oh, they're genetically... No. Because Komodo dragons' diet are corpses. Like, there are animals that would eat, like fresh meat, right? Komodo dragons eat corpses. So all the bacteria that are in a corpse will basically live in their mouth. They literally have the power of rot, chat. They kill you by biting you a little bit, infecting your wound with like 6 billion years of collected rot, waits for you to die, and then eat you. Those are Komodo dragons. It's kind of fucking gross. And they're super fast. They can swim super fast. And they're also venomous. Yeah, venom infection hemorrhage. Ugh. It's actually fucking horrifying. But they're beautiful. Like, I've seen a Komodo dragon in person. They're really good. Like, they're really fascinating and really beautiful creatures. They're also protected for a reason, but goddamn, they scare the living shit out of me. Hell no. Just give them a breath mint before they bite? Shrugs. Me, when I'm about to... POV, chat's about to be attacked by a Komodo dragon? And I come in and save them by putting mints inside their mouth. Whoosh. You see that? Exactly. Yeah, they got venom glands. Bacteria don't work that quick. Animals are weird. If you think about it, chat, human beings are one of the weakest animals. The only reason we are on top of the food chain is because we have a brain. Right? Everything else, animals are more well adapted to surviving in nature. Like, what the fuck do we have? Are we venomous? No. Are we full of toxins? No. Can we swim super fast? No. Can we run super fast? No. We are literally the most, like, average built creatures. And we maxed out on intelligence. And that's why we are top of the food chain. Because the pen is mightier than the sword. There's a... Who gives a shit about the thumbs, chat? It's about the brain, okay? Like, if it's all just the thumbs, and we don't know how to use the thumbs, it's GG. It's also the brain. Why did TTS not play? I am going to yeet myself off a roof. I'm a woman and I was talking about brains. Okay, 1 second, chat. I can do this. I was just talking about brains. Just for me to be what? Insulted? Made fun of? Demeaned? You know what? Nah, I'm gonna... Women in STEM, open task manager, first close it. Wait, chat, my TTS is broken! End task. Boom, women in STEM. Surely I can do this. Gulp. Why is it not working, though? And people complain about Australian animals. Okay, in my defense, Indonesia has one of those creepy creatures. Australia has, like, a lot. Alright, whoa, whoa, whoa there, bud. Where?
Got scammed.
Hear me out. Stop sending TTS, it's broken. That's what I'm saying. Why are you sending TTS? VTS POG has been nuked somehow. Please check you have allowed it in your firewall. What? Oh, bless you, me. What? I'm gonna repeat that. Let me see if this works. Women in STEM? Surely? It's because I downloaded an exe file. Shaking my head. We are endurance runners. Well, not you, but... We are not endurance... Are human beings endurance runners? No, it is not. Right?
Pog offline poggers.
How did that work? What? You know what? I'm not gonna ask. If it works, it works. What am I gonna say? We can run the longest out of any creature on Earth. We can? The Komodo dragon's diet mostly consists of carrion, and the bacteria that festers in their mouth prevents blood from coagulating and scabbing over. They bite their prey once and track it down while it bleeds out. That is true. That is actually true. Komodo dragons are scavengers, more like. So they literally wait for you to die. They will find you and eat you. I don't know about the humans not having toxins. League lobbies are very famous for how toxic humans are. Aga. Somehow the TTS kind of worked, so I'm just gonna wing it. I'll just go with it. No, but it's true. Human beings, like, one of our strongest suit is we had a brain and we created things, right? And the things we create became dangerous. But if you take a human being, strip them of their creation, we are quite weak. We're literally quite weak. Thoughts on that? Maybe we didn't create that. Create what? Yeah, I did. No, we are not. How can a human being, right? You're telling me that a human being stripped out of all of their creations, like just a default spawned in human being, can fight like lions and tigers and shit. We are very mid. Like, we're not the weakest, but we're very mid. If they are strong enough, yes, just grab big stick. Tools. Chat. You never will believe, right, what I just said. I literally said, if you take a human being, right, as a default creature, strip them of the things they have created. This includes, you'll never believe this, chat, tools.
You got scammed.
We are pretty mid. And that is what I've been saying. Chat's like, actually, you're not right, because we could grab tools. I literally just said, imagine a human being without tools. And chat goes, but Michi, we could literally just shoot an animal to death. It's like, guys, you'll never believe what a gun is. Me punch hard, but stick no tool. Chat, stick tool. Stick is tool. What about 40 people? I say 1 people. 1. Why you say 40? But boss, we can do it. You cannot. If you are a human being, right? No tools. It includes stick. You try to fight tiger. You dead. Ogre, you die. You are ogred. Past tense. What? Stick
Humans
is
are
stick.
persistence hunters. We have some of the highest stamina to caloric intake ratio in the animal kingdom. While we cannot overpower most animals, we will pursue prey until they exhaust themselves to death. Also, other animals use tools, so elbozo and we are pack animals.
No, chat, but think about this, okay? If you 1v1 tiger, you are done. Tiger is not your prey. You are tiger prey. 1 tiger is no match against my 2 guns. Big strong. Just run until it gets tired. Chat, I don't know about all that.
In your example, a bird isn't allowed to fly then?
Okay, you can run, but no way you outrun tiger. Tiger fast. Orcs, hear me out. Tiger fast. Tiger 4 leg. You 2 leg. Ogre, it is over.
Off to fight a tiger to prove you wrong.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Me, when 1v1 tiger, I'd put me in a room with the tiger and I'm coming out dude, that one fucking picture, and I will always, every time I see that picture, I always send it to Bao, where it's like, put me in a room with a werewolf and I'm gonna come out pregnant. And I think about Bao all the time when I think of that. No thumbs are important. If you run, orc, it don't care if you have thumb or not. You know, use hand to run. You 2 leg, tiger 4 leg, and sharp teeth. You 2 leg, not teeth as very sharp. When tigers go extinct, because the foreskins decide to prove Michi wrong. Just to prove you wrong, there's a story of one hiking guy who killed a mountain lion with just a rock. Orc. Listen, orc. Hurdle into orc circle. Ook ook. Orc, we are not him. Orc, I hate to tell you, orc, but we are not him, brother. Okay, like, yes. It's like, actually, to prove you wrong, we have Usain Bolt. But we are not Usain Bolt. That is the point we are trying to prove. I'm trying to tell you, chat, that yes, we have Usain Bolt as a human being, but we are not Usain Bolt. A tiger is much bigger than a tiger. Orc. You say facts, orc. True. There is tiger, but tiger not big as tiger. We could be him.
Nami win against gorilla. A fug slips on banana.
Dude, you know that picture of like the 100 guys versus a
Pharaoh.
gorilla?
He can take down the remaining tiger population without tools.
My favorite thing is I had friends during that era of like, who's gonna win 100 men versus a gorilla? And I have a friend that keeps... This is horrible. I have a picture. He keeps sending this picture, right? So back then, it's just a picture of like a human being versus one big fucking gorilla. And they're like, who's gonna win? 100 guys versus a gorilla. And over time, the meme kept changing. And I had a friend who keeps sending me this fucking picture that's like, who's gonna win? 40... What is it? Like 40 atomic bombs versus janitor. And my friend's a janitor. So he's just like, nah, bro, I'd win, actually. I need to see if I can find that picture. Hold on.
A human could 1v1 a tiger. It would just take a long time. So long as you dodge the initial pounce, then continue evade, the tiger get tired and try to get away. You then just follow the tiger and eventually it will die of a heart attack from anxiety and fear.
I think that is like a scenario we put in our head, orcs. I think what happens is we see tiger and we die from a heart attack and anxiety and fear.
You got scared.
Thoughts? Thoughts? Guys, what if we skip the first 4 steps and then it went, nah, and you go first?
Nah, just parry it.
Wait, oh my god, I found the picture, chat. This. My friend keeps sending me this picture. This the 47 cruise missiles versus janitor, and I don't know. I don't know what this is supposed to mean. It also with the who's gonna win 100 men versus 1 gorilla, and my friend keeps sending me 47 cruise missiles versus janitor. The janitor sweep. I'm crying. Oh god. Oh, life is so good. Yes. 1 man versus 500 cigarettes? Nah, bro. I'd win. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Meal prep? That shit's easy. And it's just me and one stick of cigarette. You're done. Oh, he's gonna clean up those missiles. Oh, 1 nags versus 8 cocks. Sent you a silly game. If it's that fucking cat, Rin. I swear, if it's a game with that stupid cat... How many dudes? How many dudes is a roguelite dude builder that's all about game-breaking synergies and simulated chaos? Welcome to the Dude Ranch. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this in my best dude impression. How many dudes? How many dudes does it take to beat up a gorilla? 1,000 toddlers? A horse-sized duck? A god? Enter the Dude Ranch and find out in this roguelike dude builder.
I wish for 8 cocks.
Thank you, Negs. Roguelike dude builder where you recruit an army of dudes to fight ridiculous battles. Yo, Dad. Dudes. That actually sounds really funny. I actually want that. Send dudes? What? Guys. Actually, never mind. You also have a YouTuber voice like Nags? Oh, I have an actual YouTuber voice that I really like. I rarely do it, but I can. Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be checking out a brand new game that Nintendo just released called Tomodachi Life. You like that? I know. No way! That's my YouTube voice. Every now and then. That's just you? No, dude. There's a difference, right? There's like YouTube versus Twitch. If you're a streamer and you're like talking, everything is like not as like this is POV. You're a streamer and you're playing games. Chat, what do I do now? Chat, hello. Chat, what? Chat, what do I do? Chat, hello, help. Like that. That is a streamer gaming. YouTube gaming is. Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be playing this game. I'm so excited. What the hell, guys? What the H? Where did this guy came from? Oh my god! Oh my gosh! We have to run right now, guys! Whoa! The door opens when you click this button. What? That's YouTube. It's literally like bewildered and amused. The mod. And that is YouTube. Damn, she hates YouTube. It's not that. That is just YouTube content, dude. YouTube content is POV, you are bemused. All the time. My YouTube streamer, Michi Mochievee. Hi, Ray. Overreactors. My favorite thing is if there's like sometimes I'm playing a game and the stupidest thing could happen and I'm sitting here and I'm fighting all the urge to just not overreact. Like one day I'll be playing a horror game and then the door would close and I'll be like, holy, oh my god, what the hell just happened, guys? The door just friggin' closed. Did you see that? Oh, in the corner of the room. And then I'm just gonna spend 30 minutes, right, talking about a closed door. And I'm just gonna keep talking about it. Because that's what YouTubers do. More like video content versus stream content. Yeah, there's like different types of YouTubers. There's like YouTubers and then there's Nags that goes like, YouTube, this is Twitch, and I watch videos. He doesn't even do that anymore because he hates you. I would close the stream. I'm gonna be honest, chat. There's a reason why streamers can't do that. Like, I just tried doing the YouTube shtick and I lost my voice. Yikes. Yeah, that's not a voice you can probably do for a long period of time. Like, it's one of those things, I'm telling you, recording a video is so fucking awkward. It is so damn awkward, man. To be honest, when do you not lose your voice? After I take a day off? Yeah, hi, Ray again. Nags collab when? I miss Nags. Oh my god, talking about Nags. Heavenly invited us to a game. He didn't even message me. Do you actually want to play that game? My favorite thing is when Heavenly messages me and then ignores me because he hates me. He's playing mind games on me, chat, and I fall for it every single time. Slaps thigh. God, all he has to do is just turn around. And then I just can't focus anymore. Slaps thigh, looks down, sighs. How the turntables. I wish Nags and Heavenly were real. Heavenly manipulator. I still can't believe it, chat. I have such a horrible sense in people. Oh my god, Ray. I want you to know, I've spoken about this to all my friends, and the way they say it is, I'm a great judge of character. Like, I know what kind of person you are just by talking to you. In a sense where whatever I assume of you is the exact opposite, right? So if I meet you and I'm like, oh, you're an asshole, you're probably a really good person. Like, that is the logic. Because apparently, my sense in people are just so accurate, but the complete opposite way. I thought when I first... Wow! What? Okay, wrong. Actually, when I first met Kuro, I thought he was a fuckboy. And low-key, I'm kind of right. You know what? Maybe not fuckboy. I thought he was an e-boy. A little bit. I was kind of cooking with something. Right? They seem like a fuckboy asexual. They seem so innocent and pure fuckboy. Listen. You think every guy's a fuckboy or e-boy. Wrong, actually. I thought Heavenly was a pure boy. Heavenly was one of the only guys that I met, and I'm like, he is a pure, lovely guy. He doesn't know what sex is. Don't say sex in front of Heavenly, chat. He doesn't know where babies come from. And then Heavenly hits me with the me when I manipulate women, and I went, what? Nah, Heavenly fucks. Yeah, well, I didn't realize that. Heavenly's so nice to me. So I was like, wait, he's so nice and so soft and gentle. He must be... That's how they get you, chat. That's how they get you. Anonymous? Why did you just gift a sub to Heavenly Father of Backshots? What the genuine fuck is that name? Someone just said his XP was... Stop! Chat, I can't... Dude, sometimes I wish some shit would happen further away. So then I can like joke about it. But now I can't. I feel bad. Why not? It's the internet. Shaking my head. That's the internet. That joke, by the way, single-handedly ruined my Twitter feed. Single-handedly. How did you think Heavenly was a pure bean? So, every time I talk to Heavenly, right? Heavenly is like he would always patiently explain everything, right? And then when I ask him about something, he wouldn't like explain it to me in a super like crazy, you know, like vulgar way. And then he would like, I'll be like, Heavenly, where do babies come from? And he'd be like, you see, when two people love each other very much, that love can bring more souls into life to bring more love and happiness into the world. And that's how babies are made. Like, that is how Heavenly talks to me. So I'm like, he is so wholesome and nice. He is nice, but bro ain't wholesome, bro. Bro, I don't know. I don't fucking... It's different. So I was like, I didn't know that Heavenly knows and stuff. He knows how to acclimate people and not scare them away. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, chat? Melody is... Chat, I'm gonna say this. Mel is very wholesome, actually. Every time I talk to Mel, a part of me feels like, damn, I feel like I'm kind of a horrible influence. It's a good thing. Depends on how it's used. Ooh, depends on the I'm really bad at reading people. I'm gonna be so real with you, chat. I'm so bad at reading people. I don't know people's intentions and shit like that. XP bars hidden when he talks to you. Chat, listen. You know what? Sometimes I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 100%. Me, when there's a joke so funny, but it's tied to a drama that's too close to the shit that we're in. Damn, and now I have to pretend like it doesn't exist. Schlap's head looks down, frowns, and sighs. God. POV, there's a joke that's kind of funny, but it's tied to a controversial drama that's too close to home. So now I just have to looks down and shrugs. Fuck, man. -1 funny. Nah, I call it the... Okay, this is the truth. Welcome to the internet, okay? I have not been proven wrong thus far. I call it the 1 to 3 month theory. If there is something, there's drama and there's a joke, because a lot of the times nowadays, chat, there could be drama and someone would make a fucking joke about it, right? If there's a joke from a drama and you can't mention the joke, give it like 3 weeks to a month. If at that point people are still mad, wait another month. It's a rule of 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks, the internet hard refreshes. At one point, you can say it without it being an issue. Thoughts on that? Just say it to Pharaoh. He either laugh or sit you down for a talk. Is it still funny then though? No, it's not. And that's why it sucks. Hey, Michi, I see you try not to laugh, but that's disrespectful as shit, bro. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing, chat. I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't laugh at that. No. Hey, chat, I see you trying to laugh, chat. Well, that's disrespectful
Tragedy
as fuck,
plus
bro.
time equals comedy. Unless it's the Hindenburg disaster and then we don't joke about it.
Now, why would you mention that? Hey, chat, I see I see you try not to laugh, chat. It's kind of disrespectful as fuck, bro. That's kind of crazy. Mel is the most lewd say-so person ever. My mom is kind of homeless. Oh shit. Yo, I see you trying to laugh. I ain't laughing. Who laughing? Michi, I need this.
You got scammed.
I ain't laughing, bro. I ain't laughing. I don't know what you're talking about, man. No, Mel is really wholesome. Genuinely. Like, every time I talk to Mel, sometimes it's either the most, like... I don't know how to explain it. It's a very Mel thing. Mel is a very Mel thing. She is very... Sometimes when she melts, she just melts all over the place, you know? And I'm like, damn, that's a melody moment. Peach. What a very melody moment. No way! Oh, fuck. I fucked up my lip balm. There we go. She what's all over the where? No way. All I'm saying, chat, is sometimes there is always gonna be drama, okay? But sometimes what really grinds my gears is when people decide to make a really funny joke, and now I can't ever talk about that joke because it's related to drama. Big mad. I used to watch Mel quite a bit. I still think she's good at heart. Melody is one of those people that you have to be in a very melody headspace. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, actually one time, I was talking to Mel and she dropped like some insane wisdom lore out of nowhere. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what? And she was like, I don't know. I'm just saying things. Like this is Mel, okay? I'm gonna give you a POV. Chat, say hi to me. I'm gonna give you the best, like, my closest Mel impression vibe, alright? Say hi to me. Hi. Hi, guys. What are you doing today? I'm just so excited because today I'm gonna be playing games. And, you're struggling with something? Sometimes in life, things don't get better and that's okay. But you get better. And sometimes it's about believing in yourself that no matter what, you will get through. Because you are built for the things you will face. But I don't know though. I don't know. I'm just really excited to play this game because I really, really like playing this. And that's Mel. That's like me talking to Mel. Like sometimes I'll be like, hey. And then she drops lore and I'm like. She'll be like, hey Michi. Oh my god. I miss you so much. Talking to you is always so fun. You are your experiences. The good and the bad. It's made you who you are today. And I think you're a beautiful soul. But you know what? I remember the times we would play like Fall Guys. And man, I love playing Fall Guys. And you're sitting there, you're like, oh. Philosopher. That's Mel when she thinkage. It's true. We're beautiful. No. And then her stream crashes. True. Why does Mel sound like an AI? You will never believe what I'm about to say next. Chat, the honest truth is that VTubers are actually just AI. There are two types of VTubers. Guys and AI. It's true. It's true, guys. Me personally, I am both. I am a male AI using a voice changer, right? So once I end stream, I literally just disappear off the face of the internet, face of the world, and I would slowly respawn back in for my next live. And that's the truth. Like every time I click end stream, I literally just and then I boot myself up for another stream. That is the truth. No AI could ever replicate the shit that you say. I don't say anything too fucking crazy. If anything, yesterday, Ollie dragged me into like a call to distract her chat for a bit because she was like drawing something. And I was telling her chat and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I wonder if it's okay to talk about this. I like to be interested in my own little things. You stim some weird shit. Recently, chat, okay. You have Mono to thank for this. I do not stim the... Jeez Louise, you're so tight, girl. I stopped stimming that. I'm starting to stim a song now. It's my... Is it happy birthday, Zenny? I hope you have a fun time on your birthday. Go outside, eat some cake, and celebrate your birthday with the people you love. No way! Chats, it's SSJ4 Zenny's birthday today. You know what's... Oh no, we don't even have... You know what? It's fine. We have it as a 7TV, hopefully. Oh, you are degenerative. Righty.
Girl, what do you mean recently?
You know what to do.
You were still stimming it less than 24 hours ago.
No, recently I've been stimming a different thing, and it's like the... I want your things in my room. I miss you all of the time. I'm starting to stim that. I don't know why. There was a time in my life where I would, every time anyone says anything even borderly cringy, I stim the, I chimed in with the It's like the, man, sometimes I struggle with having people understand me. And then I sit there and I'm like, I chimed in with the haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door, nor. It was my birthday 2 days ago. Happy birthday, motherfucker. Pretty perfect purple pansy. Your name is a tongue twister, brother. I hope you too have an amazing birthday. And I hope you went outside, ate some cake, and celebrate your birthday with the people you love. We know we have to sit. I chimed in. And now it's a... I want your things in my room. I miss you all of the time. You make... it's a stem now. Oh.
The Glizzy Globler.
The Glizzy Globler. And then she loses her voice tomorrow. My voice is already gone. It is so gone. At one point, my stem was the... Hey guys, if anyone have seen a silver sedan running down the Chicago West Coast Road, please contact me. I think the League of Villains have stolen my sedan. And it's just that I have a lot of random stems. Oh my god, that Will's... I took the pin on a grenade on purpose. Then I threw it. Even though I'm an action star, some days I'ma act bizarre. I stopped stimming that for a while until I showed it to Heavenly, and Heavenly made the This is a line that is so beautiful that I can't even steal. Like, Heavenly sat there, decided to write up some beautiful, beautiful lines, and I can never duplicate the feeling it gave me. But Heavenly said, my mama told me to go wash the dishes, and I said, nah, ma, the dishes are Will Smith, and that's how you know they washed. And I sat there and I went, damn. Can't say shit about that.
What is the worst thing you have stimmed in front of your parents?
The worst thing I've stimmed in... Okay, you want to know something though? My mom saw the clip of me talking about kinks. So that was a very awkward time. But the worst thing I've ever stimmed in front of my parents...
Melody to me is a very wholesome Ludi who is also a big adorable dork.
That is true. Mel is literally the cutest dork in the world, bro. Ooh, there was a time that I would stim the... What is it? The eat my ass. Ting, 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 ting. Eat it fast. That's probably one of the worst ones. Because basically what I do is I would stand up, right? You know, like, you're like twerking. You know, I don't know how to word it, but like, I would stand up. My ass is like sticking out and like my hand is doing the slay thing. And then I'd turn around, I'd bite my finger, right? And I go like, eat my ass. And then I'd bite my finger. And then I'm like shaking my ass left and right. And I go like, eat it fast. So here's the story. I didn't do it in front of my parents. It was because my brother... Okay, me and my brother, when we are in front of our parents, right, we behave more. But if it's just me and my bro, we are very, very close. Like, me and my brother are very, very close. So we would have stims. Every now and then, me and my bro would stim. Like, how do I explain it? When you're in public, you know what I'm saying? You and your sibling are chill. Like, you're relaxed and you're feeling fine. But when it's just you and your sibling alone in a room, right? You're kind of more unhinged. So my favorite bit to do is I would sit there. Like, this is the thing I like to do. I'll be like, dude, I want to vent. My brother's like, what? I'm busy. And I'm like, I need a girlfriend to vent right now. And my brother, this is how I can explain it, right? My brother would be sitting down on his desk, Keep in mind, he's a med student, so he's fucking busy. And he's studying, and I'm like, I need to vent about something. I need a girly pop right now to vent. He would like put his book down, cross his legs, spin the chair around and go, what's wrong, girl? Like, we have a thing. I don't know how to explain it, but we have like this thing going on. So when my brother needs to vent to me, like, I'd be on the bed. I'm laying down. I'm on my phone. My brother's like, dude, I need to talk about something. I'd be like, yeah? And he's like, no, like, I need to talk about something, but like, you have to act nonchalant about it. I would sit down. I start man-spreading. You know, like, I would sit on the corner of my, like, bed. I man-spread, right? And then I put my elbows on my knees. You know, the sitting, the thinking emote? I'm thinking, I'm like, what's up, bro? Tell me. What's wrong? What ails thee? Tell me about your travels. So that's kind of the vibe. Like, I pretend to be like yo, dude, what's up? Let me know, man. I become that. But my brother, to me, he crosses his leg and goes like, what's wrong, girl? Let me know right now. What's happening? So we have like random stims every now and then. And at that time, me and my brother, his stim was... This is kind of bad. But at that time, his stim was the James Charles, like the, hey, sisters! You know, I can't stop laughing because I can picture his fucking face. I want you to know. Wait, I can find the video. I can't explain this to you. I have to find it. Wait. Just so you know exactly what I'm talking about. James Charles flashbang. There is this video of James Charles, like you hear the pipe bomb sound come off, it flanks bangs you, and then like James Charles like jump scares you and he goes, hey sisters! And that's all that video is. I can't find it. Ugh. I literally can't find it and I don't know why. It's literally just like a pipe bomb, a flash bang, and he goes, hey shit! So that's what my brother was stimming, right? So my brother kept doing that. Every time I'm like spacing out, he would look at me and I would see him look at me and I'd look at him. And I'm like, are we doing a like staring competition? And then he would just like leap forward and he goes, hey sister! Like that. That's what my brother does. And my stim, it was anything else, right? So one of the times, like I entered the room and I thought that my brother was only going to be in the room. Like I thought, because I entered my brother's room and I thought my brother was going to be there and just my brother. So I opened the door. I instantly like turned around, right? Like this is the POV. I'm walking to my brother's room. I opened the door. I instantly turned around. And then I start twerking and I go, eat my ass. Eat it fast. And then I turn around to bite my finger. And to my utter horror and dismay, my mother and father was sitting right there. And to my utter horror and dismay, my mother and father was sitting right there. Ooh, and I was like, hey mom, hey dad. The always knock scenario. Brother, we are Asian, okay? It's either you are grateful to have a door. Nah, I've had this conversation with people before. There's people like, that's so rude. Do your parents not knock before they enter your room? Actually, Bethany, it's a privilege that I even have a door. And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, listen, bitch, what do you mean? How dare your parents not knock in your door? If I asked my parents to knock on my door, they would either respond with, who the fuck do you think you are? Or, you want me. You're setting rules in my home that I paid for. Or, you hate me. Exactly. They would either just remove my door or they go, how dare you tell me what to do in my home with my door. One time, chat. Actually, I have a horrible story to tell you. Oh my god, I have a genuine, honest to god, horrible fucking story that I will fess up because I thought it was so fucking funny. In hindsight, at that time, I was mortified. But now it's funny. Have your parents... Okay, honest question, chat. Have your parents ever walked in on you doing something you probably shouldn't have done? Real question. Were you jorking it? No, that's not a question. I'm asking you first. No, yeah, no, yeah. Some people say yeah, some people say no. Pillow on lap type shit. Chat. Are you ready for the funniest? Not funniest, but I have a story time to tell you. Let me moisten my vocal cords a little bit. Or I blow my nose. 1 second. Alright, sorry. There's a bunch of dust, I think, going on around right now. The air pollution's been kind of nasty, so it's kind of triggering my allergies. So, chat, little story time. Story time! When I was younger... Oh my god, this is gonna be a horrible, horrible, horrible story. When I was younger, one of my closest friend... we were one of those, like... Okay, back then, liking anime is horrible. Okay? Like, if you like anime... At that point, you only have 3 choices, which is Naruto, One Piece, or Bleach. And if you like either one of them, you are considered, like, bottom of the barrel. I am talking, like, the worst a human can evolve. You are so nasty, right? It's like, if you tell people, it's like, guys, I like anime. It's basically like wearing a sign that goes, pull my undies, bro. Like, it is the worst thing you can ever do. So, it's a secret, right? No one is supposed to know that you like anime. And when you find someone else that likes anime, you click. Like, even though you might not like them as a person, you just click. It's like a solidarity thing. It's like when someone finds another person that's into the same thing, you're like, yeah, no, we're friends now. So I have a friend that we started bonding at first because of Vocaloid. So I really liked Vocaloid at that time. I was on Nico Nico Doga. If you don't know what Nico Nico Doga is, that was like YouTube, like Japanese YouTube. People would upload videos, mostly like Vocaloid shit, right? So at that time, like, I was on Nico Nico. I really like Vocaloid, all that good shit. This was during the time people would be like, oh, I like Vocaloid. What episode are you in? And you have to sit there and you're like, you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, oh, I love Hatsune Miku. I love like episode 2 of Hatsune Miku. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about, brother. Shut the fuck up, right? It's one of those. So I found a friend and we bonded over Vocaloid. And this is the worst part of the story. My friend started getting into Tumblr. So I started getting into Tumblr. Like, we are, if you think about, oh, you like Vocaloid, you like anime, you were on Nico Nico Doga. Best believe my ass was on Tumblr and Archives of Our Own. Like, the AOT shit, brother. Like, best believe my ass was on that too, right? So that's just a little context. The AO3, I call it Archives of Our Own because
You got scammed.
it's just funny. But I was on AO3, I was on Tumblr. Let me think what else I was on. Drugs, not even. I was on a lot. I just saw what Madison said. Madison, you'll never believe where the story is going to go. Weirdly enough, I've never been on 4chan. 4chan wasn't a big thing at that time. Like, in my area, the big thing was AO3 for fanfics and Tumblr for fan art. And 9gag, I was on 9gag. That is true. I was also in just for gags, or just for gags. Now, you'll never believe this, but my friend got dragged into the Homestuck rabbit hole. It's very ironic that Madison brought up Homestuck, but it's true. Let's just call my friend Madison, right? Because I'm gonna borrow your name because you brought it up first. Let's just say my friend's name is Madison. One day, out of the blue, they told me, they were like, hey, Michi, I'm into this new thing. And I'm like, what is it? And they showed me Homestuck. Now, if you want to know, Homestuck, they look like pimples. Like, they are creatures. They're chibi creatures that look like pimples They don't look cute. They don't look hot. But holy fucking shit, the Homestuck art is just them hot. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture. For those that don't know, actually, chat, who in chat do not know what Homestuck is? Genuine question. Who here do not know what
Should have
Homestuck
probably
is?
been on Meds SMH.
Bro, me, I don't know. Oh, alright. Let me see if I can find a picture of what Homestuck looks like. Here you go. This is Homestuck. These are the characters in Homestuck. Right? So many youngster. Now, let me just show you what the fan arts usually look like. 1 second. Let me just save some pictures so I can show you. Just one moment. It's just so hard to pick from the gajillion bajillion that exists out here already. Alright, sick. Remember, this is what they look like, canonically, the characters. This was the fan art that were produced of the Homestuck characters. Wait. Wait. Now, if you can see, right, there is a slight difference in aesthetic. Just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny little difference, right, of what the characters look like and how people drew them to be. Just a little bit. Very slight. No, it gets worse, by the way. Like, this is the one I can find on Google, but there are some really, and I'm talking fucking hot as fuck, Homestuck fan art. Like,
You got scammed.
genuinely, Homestuck was made so people will not get horny over them. But people were so horny anyway, they would draw the hottest, and I mean hottest, fan arts of these characters. Now, my friend was into the Homestuck rabbit hole. To the point that she started talking to a lot of people, right? And basically, let me see if I can find a picture of this. There is a character in Homestuck. I forgot their name. I was never really into the Homestuck thing though. But she started talking to a lot of people. She started flirting with a bunch of people on Tumblr. Because that's where all the Homestuck people were at that time. And she couldn't stop talking to me about this one guy that she had a big crush on. Not because of his looks, not because of his personality, but because his username, well, his real name, is the name of a character of someone in Homestuck. Let me see if I can find their name. I can't remember what it is. But it was basically their name is the same name of the character in Homestuck, right? And I was like, and keep in mind, Homestuck character names are literally like Dave. Like, their name is like Dave. There's a guy whose name is Dirk Strider. Like, they're the most basic ass fucking names to exist. So I'm like, you know what? I digress. But I wanted my friend to be happy. So there I was, little old me, learning how to draw, right? And because we are in this fandom, drawing is very common. So I was trying to learn how to draw, and I had my little sketchbook up. And I had like my pictures because people made Homestuck OCs. Now this is going to be so cringe, but people would make Homestuck OCs, like original characters, and self-insert themselves into the Homestuck universe. And my friend had that, and the person they were flirting with had that too. And I thought the sweetest thing I could do as a friend is I will draw art of both of them together, right? Like, I'll do my best to draw fan art of my friend and this person that they were flirting with. I'll draw their OCs, their Homestuck OCs together that they can post on Tumblr, all that good shit. But I don't know anything about Homestuck. I don't know how to draw very well. You know, I was still a kid and I'm just doing my best. So I decided I am going to learn. And I did. I don't know anything about Homestuck still, but I have read, seen everything. So many fan arts, fan comics, fan fics. I went into the rabbit hole
Scammed.
because I really, really wanted to give my friend a present. Now, one fateful day, at that time, I didn't have a laptop. What I did have was my dad's Nokia Flip. If you don't know what the Nokia Flip looks like, it's at that time it was revolutionary because the screen was bigger than the size of your thumb, right? But you can store pictures on your Nokia Flip. And I have pictures that my friends would send over, like my friend sent over about Homestuck, and I used that as reference. And there I was, like, trying to draw art. And as I was drawing, you know, it's really hard. Nowadays, if you want to find reference, you can Google it, right? You want to like reference, like pose girl bending over, and then you Google it and boom, you get a reference. But back then, it is so difficult to just do that, right? Because technology has not advanced yet. So what I would do to get certain angles is I would either look at myself in the mirror or take a picture of myself and I will pose and that will be the reference. So if I want the pose to be like a girl like bending over, right? Like on the guy from that angle, I will take a picture of myself and use that as reference for myself. So to my utter shock and horror and dismay, my mother swings my door wide open. There I was. I'm not a pant wearer at home. I've never really been used to wearing pants, right? But I swear that's not weird. I just don't usually wear pants at home. There I was. My dad's phone on my desk. Me in front of the phone. I'm talking flash and all. Bent over. Ass to the phone. I looked at my mom. My mom looked at me and then chick-crick. You can hear it because they don't have the silent button. So you just hear the chick-crick flash from the phone. And my mom was so convinced that I was talking to a boy. She was so convinced that I was talking to a boy. And the boy was trying to make me send like sexy pictures of myself to him. And I didn't have the balls to tell her that that's not the case. Because the real situation was I was trying to draw my friend's Homestuck OC shipped with my friend's crush's Homestuck OC. And I was just doing my best to make fan art of it. Because one excuse sounds like an excuse and the other one is a lie. So I sat there and she was like, who is the boy you're talking to? And I was like, it's a boy from the internet. It was like, so you're sending nude pictures of yourself to people online. And I sat there and I went, I'm sorry, Mom. I understand better now. I learned. And I doubled down. And I just said yes. Because honestly, chat, I am not sitting there and I go, no, Mother. The truth is I'm using this as a reference to draw my friend's Homestuck OC shipped with her crush's Homestuck OC. And then I have to sit there and show her what Homestuck is. I am not gonna do that. And that, Joel, was how my mom walked in on me taking a nude. It's really not a nude, but my mom thinks it's a nude, and
to be fair,
it's a nude
they
now.
were drawn in normal form in the comic, as well, during some of the major points in the story / but yes, the fan art typically outclassed the original art by Andrew Hussey by a mile from the fandom also.
does.
Leaked Michi Homestuck drawing when?
Absolutely not. Does Mom Michi know the truth?
I don't
No.
have only Van Mochievee.
I'm telling you. Keep in mind, by the way, right? That this has happened more than once. My mom at one point genuinely was so convinced that I am just taking a lot of nudes, but that is just not true. Like, this has happened 3 times in my life where my mom thought I was taking nudes to send to someone. The first one was the Homestuck OC thing. You've done it again? To be fair, this one... Okay, this is so bad. This was even worse. This one, it was actually even worse because it's actually really fucking embarrassing. I wasn't trying to take a nude. I was just trying to look good. But apparently, I just looked so fucking bad that my mom thought it was a nude. I still think about this till this day. Like, you know, back then, chat, people take selfies by like pointing the camera literally towards your forehead. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are angles to a selfie, right? Back in the early 2000s, the OP selfie strat is you hold your phone above your forehead, like the high angles, but I am literally talking high angle, you know? And then you look up, right? Like you're supposed to look up and then you do like the duck face or like the tongue sticking out. Like your bangs are kind of covering half your damn face anyway, so all they see is your hair. Yeah, it's like a very specific type of angle. Like when I say high angle, nowadays, the high angle of this generation was not as high as the angle of my generation. So it's like, you take it high up, right? And you're like, you put it into sepia, you put the sepia filter on and shit. So I was trying to take a selfie like that, and I wear glasses, right? So obviously, if you're taking a selfie from that high, and then you look up with glasses, it kind of looks like... Let me see if I can duplicate the image. Glasses. Like this. Hold on. Like, this is how you normally wear glasses, right? If you take a selfie, it kind of looks like this. You know what I'm saying? Like the glasses are down, right? So I tried to take a picture because I really wanted to be part of the girls and I want to look hot or whatever the fuck. And I tried my best to duplicate the pictures that I saw on Tumblr. According to my mom, I looked like a slutty teacher. And she was so convinced that I was taking nudes because I was wearing a tank top at that time. And because my glasses were down like this, I looked like a slutty teacher. And she was convinced I was flirting with someone. So that was also an equally fun time in my life. And until now, like... I don't know why that comment stuck with me forever. Like, if I take a picture and my glasses are anywhere, like down here, I hate the picture instantly. Like, I don't explain it. Do I think the angle's bad? No. If my picture, it's like that, hell no. All I think about now is just my teacher, and it pisses me off. The other time was normal. Like, the other time was my mom walked in on me beating my meat. But, like, I'm gonna be honest, chat. Okay, people are like, what? Like, let's be real. Having your parents walk in on you beating your meat is a very normal fucking thing. So that's a normal story. Like that one's easier to explain. My mom's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing. And she was like, what are you doing? Little Miss Ma'am, what are you doing under those sheets? And I'm like, nothing, Mom, nothing. And then I do the shimmy of shame. It's a good shit. Back in my day. I remember I told my mom, I was like, Mom, is it okay if you knock on my door? And she was like, sure. That was shocking. She was like, okay, starting from today, I will always knock on your door before I enter your room. Because I told her, I'm like, Mom, I'm an adult now and I need my privacy, right? Like, what if I want to change my clothes, you know? And my mom doesn't open the door like small. Like, she's not like a creak, hello? Like, she's not like that. My mom is the type that would kick the door wide open. Like, I'm talking the world, the neighbors, the neighbors' friends, they will all see what I am doing in my room because of how wide my mom opens the door. So, like, my mom is the type that opens it like that, right? So, I'm like, Mom, can you please, like, either knock on my door or, like, open it slowly? Because, you know, I'm growing up, right? This is during the time where, you know, your body is developing, right? And then you're growing, you know, you're developing parts, right, like your boobs, and you're starting to feel the sense of shame. Back then when you're younger, I don't really care if like I'm running around the house naked, but at one point in your life, you give a shit. So I'm like, all right, Mom, I'm you know, I'm growing and I want some privacy, especially when I'm changing and stuff like that. Can you please knock on my door or open it slowly? She was like, you know what? Okay, I will do that. For those of you asking if she did do that, no. You know what she does do? She would open my door wide open. I'm talking like, FBI, open up! Like, she would wide open that fucking door. And after the door is basically just a fucking gaping hole, then she will knock. So, like, that's the logic, right? If you don't understand, picture this. Door is already wide open. She would stand in the hallway and knock on the wide open door. So like, she'll be like, I knocked, didn't I? And I'm like, right. Right. So for those that are like, why don't you ever lock your room? It's not a habit. Okay? We are Asian, brother. If you ask for them, like if you ask for to be able to lock your bedroom door, you are dead. You can't do that. There was a time in my life where I don't even have a door. Oh, the good old times. The good old times when they took my door away. And it wasn't even because I did anything wrong. It's because they needed a door. They broke their door off the hinges and they were like, I'm gonna borrow your hinge. And I'm like, then my door doesn't work. And they're like, we'll get a hinge for you later. So then I just didn't have a door for a while. They didn't need the door. They need the hinge of my door. I'm like, that's okay. To be fair, I don't really... That's kind of unhinged. That's life, man. I never really needed privacy too much, to be fair. Like, most of the time, I'm not doing anything that I'm ashamed of, right? The only times I do is when I beat my meat. And I'm gonna be real with you, chat. I don't beat my meat that often to be afraid of it. Like, if I'm the type that beats my meat every fucking day, I would live in a constant state of fear. But I beat my meat, like, not that often, so I don't really have to worry. I've only ever been caught once, and even then, she didn't really, like, see it. You know, she was like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. And then I did my shimmy of shame, and then I changed the topic. Like, it's whatever. It's one of those, like, hey, oh. I like the door for the sense of liking my own space more than for shame. I feel like if my parents were the type to be like, we will give you your own privacy, then I would probably grow up the same. But I don't. So, I don't really care too much about it. We don't really have like a privacy thing going around in our family. I'm gonna be real with you. I like the door so I can sleep. 1 decibel knock, 5 nanoseconds of waiting, rips door and door frame right off the wall. Wait, chat, I have a genuine question. When you were younger, chat, did you guys have sleepovers? I've always wondered if that was like a normal thing. Like, do you guys have sleepovers with your friends and shit? No, no, once. Yes, yes, no. A few, yes, of course. Rarely, no. Okay, for those of you that are saying no, is it because like your parents don't allow you to? Or... like, is it just not a common thing? Like, why? Friends live too far? In high school, a few gaming nights. I didn't have friends. See, I was about to... Listen, man, me too. I get that. My parents didn't want anyone over. Not... Okay. I'm gonna say something crazy. I don't know if this is a common story, but my parents are the type to be like, you are not allowed to sleep over anyone's house. If you want to sleep over, they have to come to our house. But my parents would not let me bring home friends. I don't... So it's like the most like giga big brain chess move ever. Am I crazy or is this like a... Same? Dude! I remember sitting there and I'm like, am I nuts or did I just get checkmated? She's like, you're not allowed to sleep over their house. They have to sleep over our house. It's like, Mom, can I bring over a friend? Absolutely not. And I'm like... then how do I have a sleepover? You know, I'm like, am I crazy? My parents just didn't trust people. Honestly, same. I totally get that too. That's the neat part. I've always wondered this because I see it in movies all the time, but I'm not sure if this is common, right? For those of you that have sleepovers, or not even sleepovers, like you have friends coming to hang out at your place, or you come hang out at their place, is it normal to hang out in your bedroom? Just a genuine question. I'm talking like, when you were younger, is it normal to hang out in your friend's bedroom or your friends hang out in your bedroom? Yes. Hang out with the bedroom. That's where the console... Yes. When you hang out in your bedroom, do you close the door or do you leave it wide open? Depending on what's in the bedroom. Well, it's your bedroom. Whatever's on your bedroom. Depends. Open. Usually close. 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 Depends. Close. Depends. Whatever. Ajar. I don't think it mattered. Yes, unless they are a guy. Chat, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I've hung out with one of my friends. Like, I came out... This is not even to hang out. This is to work on a project. right? There's 4 people in this project, but I came in early because, well, I'm just an early person like that. So it was just me and my friend. We're both girls. She was like, come into my bedroom. And that was the first time, like, I sat there and I'm like, I don't think I'm allowed to, because my mama told me never to enter people's bedrooms, right? Like, when I was younger, you have to be super polite. Like, me entering my parents' bedroom, I can't just willy-nilly walk in there. You know what I'm saying? So I was like shocked. Like, I was genuinely so shocked. And I was like, can I call my mom first? They were like, why? And I'm like, I need to ask her permission if I can enter your bedroom. And I remember thinking, like, is that normal? Do people just walk in your bedroom? I was like, I need to call my mom because I need to ask for permission if I can enter your bedroom. Because it was just me and her. It was that serious, by the way. It was. Because one time I was hanging out with me and my friend, and we were hanging out in her bedroom, and my mom was like, why are you in the bedroom? Why is the door closed? Like that. And I was like, because it's hot. Because, like, her room had a fan, and if I open the fucking door, it's gonna be hotter. But my mom's like, open the damn door. Never be alone. We're being gay, mom. Be an ally. You know what's even more insane? My mom, I have never been in a boy's room before. Like, especially when I was younger, dude. I would never, ever dare to even enter the house of my male friends. Not even bedroom. Like, there was a time... Actually, one of my funniest stories, there was a time where, this was in middle school, like late middle school, my neighbor is my classmate, right? Which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool at the time, at least.
You must ask for permission to enter. Are you a vampire, lol?
That's the thing. I have to ask permission for everything. So basically, my classmate, and my school had a fuck ton of classes, right? So it's like, the fact that we are classmates and we are neighbors, it's very convenient. So there was a time where I had a phone at that time too. It was my dad's BlackBerry. It was the BlackBerry era. And then my friend basically messaged me saying, like, they pulled an all-nighter. In my defense, okay, in my mom's defense, this kid is not known as, like, the good kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the try-hard kid because I had to be. Keep in mind, I was on a scholarship. So I'm never allowed to be late. You know, like, there are certain things that I have to, like... My scores have to be a certain amount. I have to, like, partake in a lot of things. I was the try-hard nerd in school. All right? This kid is, like, the opposite. Like, he would flunk school a lot. He would... Like, there are days where he just wouldn't come to school and shit. But we were neighbors and we're classmates. And to a degree... I was in that phase in life where I just wanted to live in a movie. You know, like, I watch a lot of movie, especially, like, American schools, where it's like, hey, mom, I'm gonna grab, like, our friend and we're gonna head to school together, right? Like, it's not a very common thing here. So I was just very excited to kind of live that kind of, like, indie aesthetic life or some shit. It was a phase. So, again, he is a boy. One time, his mom was so nice. His mom loves me because I usually would we take it's like a school bus, but not really. It's like a angkot, right? We take the same angkot. They drop us off at a stop and we would walk together. His house is closer from that stop than my house. So usually, like, I would stop by in front of his house and then I would continue walking to my house. And I've met his mom several times. His mom is really, really sweet and she's a very chill person. And one time I remember I have to be like, oh, you know what? This guy, I'm going to bring him to school today, right? So I'm like, what if I wake up early and I go over and I wake him up so we can walk to school together? Not because of anything. Like, it's not that I liked him. It's more that I wanted to live a more American dream. Like, I'm going to be real with you. Like, in Indo, it's not a very common thing. So the idea that I'm like, I'm going to wake up in the morning, you know, I come visit my friend and we walk to school together. I see that in the American movies. You know, I feel like I'm living the American life and I kind of want that at that time. So I basically snuck out of my house. I walked to his house. His mom was already awake. And I was like, I was like, hey, I'm here to pick up your son. She was like, oh, you're early. Like, he's not awake yet. And I'm like, that's okay. I can wait. And she's like, oh, would you like to come in? And I sat there and I realized, one, I got pamit. Pamit is like excusing yourself, right? There's a tradition here. It's like a politeness. When you leave the house, even if you're just walking outside to touch grass and go back in, you need to tell your parents. Like, you need to be like, Mom, Dad, I'm going now. Like that. It's called pamit. Like excusing yourself, right? And if you enter the house, even if they're not home, make it a habit to be like, hello, like I'm home, or like, excuse me, like that. So the moment I'm like, it's like, oh, would you like to come in? That's when I realized, one, I didn't pamit. I didn't like excuse myself. So I didn't tell my mom that I've left. Two, I am about to enter a guy's house. Yes, his mother was there, but I don't give a shit. I've never been inside a guy's house before. And I'm like, what do? I can't say no to this full grown adult. Like, it's a lady. She invited me and I can't say no. So I started freaking the fuck out. And I was like, you know what? I'll do it. I'm an adult. I'm gonna, like, what's the worst that can happen, right? I'm like, I'll enter the room. Like, I'll enter the house. I'm like, okay, sure. Like, excuse me, Tanta, excuse me. And she was like, would you like to go into his room to wake him up?
No way.
Ari! Glowtopia rate. We're gonna be playing that game later. I'm gonna put Ari in the game. And we're gonna be best friends. Or perhaps lovers. Hi, Ari. Welcome in. Raiders. Have your fun time on stream. Chat, if you have yet, go check them out and give the Raiders the warmest of chat welcomes. Hi, Ari. I'm telling Chat a story of when the first time I entered a guy's house when I was in middle school. Because I was never allowed to do that. Because I had very strict Asian parents. Oh, but there I was about to pick up my friend, and the mom invited me into the home, and then she hit me with the, do you want to enter his room to wake him up? And I don't know, maybe that was the first time I've spoken to a mom so chill, because my mom is very like, friends are not allowed to enter the home. Friends are outside. Blah, blah. But this mom was like, please come in. Please make yourself at home. Would you like breakfast? Do you want to enter and wake your friend up by yourself? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my God. No. Like, in our culture, it is very rude to say no to an adult, right?
You got scammed.
Especially for something like this, it's like, it's rude to deny her. But at the same time, I've never been to a guy's house, especially his fucking bedroom. So I was freaking out, and I didn't tell my mom that I was doing this. So now I'm double freaked out. And I stood there and I'm like, oh, no thank you, ma'am. It's all right. I'll just sit here for a little bit, and if he has not woken up, I'll just go. It's all right. Sorry, mom. She's like, oh, no, please. Like, I'll wake him up. Don't worry about it. Like, it's a good thing, you know? He has a friend that cares about school.
Got scammed.
And then the mom just enters the room, and this is also the first time, like, I guess this guy sleeps shirtless. So when he woke up, he came out of his room, and he was shirtless. And I could see it, right? And I literally, like, POV chat, this is me making eye contact. This is what I did. Like, I'm like, hey, good morning, man. Like, I am basically looking at you, but like a little bit to the right. And the whole time I felt so fucking guilty, because in my head, I'm like, my mom knows what I'm doing. My mom knows what I'm doing. Like, I'm gonna get my ass beat, bro. Like, I didn't mean it to go this far. I just wanted to live my American dream of walking to school with a friend. Like, I just want to know how it feels like to walk to school with a friend, bro. That's it. But now, here I am in a room. Well, not in a room. In a house of a guy who just woke up. I don't care, his mom was right there. But I was like, uh-oh, I'm gonna yoink myself. And then I thought about it all day. When I got home, my mom was like, why didn't you pamit? Like, why didn't you excuse yourself before you left the house to school today? And then I just fessed up. Like, I told her everything, like, to the T. I was like, I'm so sorry, Mom. I woke up earlier because I wanted to pick this guy up. And so I did. I walked to his house, and then I walked, and I swear I didn't mean to enter the house. But I did, because the mom invited me in. So then I was sitting in their living room. The mom gave me breakfast, and she was like, do you want to wake him up? And I said, no, because I don't want to enter his room. And then the mom woke him up, and then he came out. And I just said everything. Like, literally, my mom didn't even say anything. My mom was just like, why didn't you excuse yourself before leaving the house? And I just essayed. Like, I broke down, because I've been overthinking about that the whole day. ever since then, chat, I have never cared to live any type of any dream. Like, I don't care about the, wow, you can walk to school with your friend. I don't give a flying shit. It's not all that. It ain't that good, man. It's really not that good. I was freaking out so bad. Michi, I felt so guilty because my mom never, like,
You got scammed.
the reason this guy's mom is very chill is, well, a little lore. And I thought that was also cool. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, at that time, I thought it was really, really cool. This guy's dad is a foreigner. So he's like a mix, right? And we didn't have a lot of people that were like that in our area. So like he was like his dad was a foreigner. I don't remember from where though. It might be from Germany, but I might be wrong. So like they're a very chill household. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the first people that I know that's like, oh yeah, like me and his dad, you know, we went on a date last night. And I'm like, what? My parents never go on dates. Like, yeah, me and his dad, like, we went to a date last night. You know, we drank wine. I'm like, what? So they were very, very, very relaxed.
You never
compared to
enter a
mine.
guy friend's room to wake him up, unless you're dating. Page 1, chapter Morning Wood.
Nah, dude, I ain't waking nobody up. If you are asleep, you can, you sleeping. Go to sleep. Hell no. I need to tell you, I've told you the story before where my friends one time decided to surprise me by coming over to my house. Like, my friend group came over to my house to surprise me that day. But I was so scared because I know my parents do not want friends over. Like, my parents are not the type to be like, oh, if you have friends, come in. Like, my parents do not like that. And I didn't know they were coming. And they decided to surprise me by coming over. And I started freaking out that I opened my window and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And they were like, surprise, we just want to hang out with you. And I'm like, dude, leave. Like, leave right now. Like, I love you guys. I do. I'm so sorry. You can't be here right now. You gotta go. And they're like, you said you're free. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not supposed to come to my house. It's to the point that my mom called me rude. And I sat there and I was like, it's like, mom's like, why are you being so rude? Why didn't you invite them in? And I'm like, you told me that I'm not allowed to have friends over. She was like, yeah, you should have told me about it first. And I'm like, well, I didn't know they were coming because it's a surprise. So I didn't let them in. And she was like, that's so rude. Mind games, chat. Me when my mom looks inside my brain and goes, check this out. And then go topsy-turvy all up in there. Crazy. I'm rude for not letting them in, but I'm also rude if I let them in. Thoughts on that checkmate? Oh, it was rigged from the very beginning. Yeah, damn if you do, damned if you don't. Ooh, you inherited the rage baiting abilities from your mom? My mom is very unique. Not the Schrodinger's mom. That's my mother, man. I mean, to be fair, I get why my mom wouldn't let me have friends over now. At that time, I thought that it's because my mom doesn't trust any of my friends. But in reality, it's because of two things. One, my parents are busy, right? So they're usually not home. You know, like, my parents are usually not at home. So I'm usually home alone with my brother. And it's kind of dangerous to just have your friends come over in your empty house. I didn't understand that because my parents never fucking took the time to explain this to me. So I always thought because like my mom didn't want people over. And second, because I was home alone most of the time, the house is not the cleanest. And I guess my parents aren't very proud of that. It's like our house is usually messy unless there's a family event. Then they go crazy. I still don't understand with that. It's like you're telling me we're going to invite guests to our house, right? And God forbid, what are they going to do? Like my mom would clean the house like a maniac when that happens. And I'm like, but why? What the fuck does she think's gonna happen, you know? Like, guests are gonna come over and she's like, hey, is this a speck of dust on your floor?
Scammed.
Oh my God, is that another speck of dust on the top shelf? Like, what the fuck? The guests don't even give a shit. Why are we trying so hard? Fuck you, TU, for gifting rude child a sub. Yeah, I know, like, guests come over like an inspection. What the hell? So I get it now. Like, I'm usually home alone and our house is not the cleanest of houses. So that's why my parents don't want them over, but they never explained it to me. So I always thought that no one is ever allowed in our house, no matter what. Thoughts on proper communication, chat? If my mom actually told me that, I would have actually had friends when I was younger. Isn't that nuts? Cleaning before the cleaner service. My mom didn't even have cleaner service. We didn't have no cleaner service, bro. The cleaner service is me every Thursday and Tuesday, and my brother every Monday and Wednesday, and then one of us on a random day. That's the fucking cleaning service, all right? I remember people like, oh my god, POV, your parents like clean the house before the cleaners come over. First of all, the cleaners have a name, and they are Michi Bro and Michi Mochievee. And second of all, right, they're not coming over, they're coming home. Correction right there. Boom. Exactly. And we're pretty damn good. We're pretty damn good about it. You know, there's something really exciting. My brother has been getting an interest in decorating his room recently, and I was thinking my brother is moving soon. It's actually really interesting because my brother is going to, I remember telling you guys this, for his college thing, because he is a med student. He has like a break, right? There's like a little break in between like the med student to the thing you have to take before doctor, like an internship thing. I kind of forgot the term, but there's like a phase where you're still studying, but from the doctors themselves. Like, you follow the doctors around. Yeah, residency. There you go. I know it's koas, tapi residency. Yeah. So my brother is kind of going through that. But instead of just going to any hospital, he specifically chooses to do hospitals in isolated areas of Indonesia. Because Indonesia is fucking big. Like, we are huge. We have a lot of cities. And we have also very small neglected towns that barely have like running water and shit. So my brother decided to opt in for that. So he's going to be volunteering and also learning from clinics and like first aid groups whose whole point is just to like go to these areas, take care of them, give them their shots, move to another area, take care of them, give them their shots. It's one of those, right? So that's what my brother's been doing, and he's moving to an area that's like closer to where he's needing to work. And he wanted to decorate his place, and he was like, yeah, like, I want something from you. Like, my brother told me recently, I was like, I want to get something from you so I can, like, you know, have something of you in my room. Because right now, chat, in my room, I have a framed picture. I have 2 framed pictures. One is of me and my family, and the other one is a picture of me and my brother and our dog. Like, we took a picture together. It was me, my brother, and my dog, and I have it framed. And on my brother's room, he has a picture of me, him, and our dog in a different pose, and then a picture of us as a kid. Like, he found it, and then he printed it out himself, and then he like framed it. So he's like, yeah, I want a gift from you as like a housewarming thing. Hell yeah. I bought him 200, and I'm not even kidding. I could only buy 200. 200 was the most minimum amount that I could buy. Okay, but I bought him 200 tiny little, like, you know those like flag hangers? It's a flag, but it hangs like a drape. Like in birthday parties, you know what I'm saying? It's like a birthday party like drape thing. And they have 200 flags. And I got him the rainbow flag. Because when I moved to this house, you know what this motherfucker gave me? Now, he gave me, and I quote, I didn't realize it was going to be this big. A 1.5 times 90 centimeters big ass pride flag. And the worst part is this bitch mixed up the colors of the flag. I can't hang it. Like, I can't even use this. He knows I'm bisexual. Let me just show you this picture. I just want you to... I'll take a picture of it for you guys, but I have it tucked away. Let me show you. This is the flag, right? So I am bisexual. This is the flag. You know the flag that he bought me? This. Right. 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 Exactly. Exactly. And I remembered when I moved, he was like, I love you, sis. And then he gave me this flag. And I was like, why did you just give me that flag? I mean, like, awesome and all, like, awesome sauce, but why? It's like, because you're bisexual. And I'm looking at it. I looked at him.
He a little confused, but he got the spirit.
No, I'm like, yeah, I am bisexual, but why? So why did you give me this flag? And it was like, isn't that the bisexual flag? I'm like, no, bitch, that's the transgendered flag. And he was like, wait, what? I thought bisexual is pink and blue. I'm like, yes, bitch, but it's a different fucking color. And he was like, oh my God, I thought that was just a pastel version. He got me this one because he thought that that was the pastel version of the bisexual flag. Right. And he knows I like baby colors and he know I like pastel colors. So he thought that, the pastel version of the bisexual flag is probably what she wants. And he gave me the transgendered flag. So for his housewarming, I'm just going to give him 200 tiny little rainbow flags that he can hang around his room. It's a very cute mistake. He tried his best, okay? In my defense, he was very, very wholesome about it. And it's also really fucking large. Like, it's 1.5 meters long, 90 centimeters tall. It's... Chat, if I hold the flag, it is as tall as me. Yes. Why, yes. It's a very big fucking flag.
Time to buy him a giant IKEA bludger shark for his room.
Oh my God, you actually know something kind of wholesome that my brother did a long time ago? He actually bought me a doll from IKEA. It was like this big bear. Like, he bought it online, right? He bought me like a big IKEA bear. It was huge. Because at that time, there was this guy that I was like talking to. And turns out this guy was kind of a player. To be fair, my brother already kind of had a feeling. And I never trusted him. And I was like, no, but he's so sweet though. And my brother's like, no, this man is not a wholesome man. And I'm like, no, like he loves me. No, he didn't. Okay, I got my ass ghosted. And I got really sad because I was really invested. And he dumped me. Well, not dumped, but he basically like blocked my ass on Valentine's Day. This was so long ago, but like it was on Valentine's Day and I got really sad. And to cheer me up, my brother got me this big ass like bear from IKEA. And IKEA is expensive. That's a very expensive bear. And he got it for me and he had a little note that's saying like, up your standards, queen. If a man don't do this for you, don't take him, ... So...
Your brother knew. Mochievee is real.
My brother has one of the best senses in people. Like, he can read people so well. I suck at it. I don't know how. But my brother is really good. Especially dudes. Like, my brother can sniff those motherfuckers like a mile away. He's like... The sad part is I couldn't even keep it because I'm allergic to dust. And that bear was so fucking big, I kept getting allergies. So I had to donate it. Like, I told my bro, I'm like, listen, bro, like, I keep washing this bear and I keep getting allergies. And he's like, let's just donate it, man. And I'm like, okay. But it was really sweet. I had that bear. We end up donating it, which is still wholesome, but it's really nice. So yeah, maybe I would get him a Baja Blast. A Baja Blast or something. But I am going to give him 200 tiny little flags. Like little rainbow flags that he can hang around in his room. Boom. Is your brother still single? I love how Madison had to respond and say, yes, actually. Well, first of all, Madison, how would you know? Whoa, whoa, whoa. And second of all, do not hit on my brother, chat. Hell nah. Stay away. Stay away, you freak. You talked about it before, ding dong. Stay away, you freak. Oh, my brother, according to him, his words, he is addicted to the job.
My mom
He's
has
busy.
been carrying around a trans pride mug for years. She is clueless it is trans, and I ain't telling her.
Oh. You know what's wholesome? Dude. My family went from being like homophobic as fuck to the most like open. Like my family is so accepting now, but they used to be homophobic. I'll be real with you, like they were homophobic as fuck, low key. But then now they're like chill as fuck about it. I got my mom a keychain. Like, I got my mom like the rainbow keychain, right? Because I thought it was cute. And I was like, nah, we can twin now. Because I had like a rainbow keychain that I got from a convention. So I bought her one too. And she was like, oh, white rainbow. And I'm like, because you're an ally. And she was like, what is ally? And I'm like, you know, you support me and stuff. Like, you support us, right? And stuff. You're an ally. Like, you're a friend, but you are not gay. I have to say gay because my mom doesn't really understand LGBTQ+, okay? Like, I just say the word gay. She understands that. So I'm like, you are not gay, but you support gay. And she was like, oh, okay. But I know you, Sia, because I don't have key. And I'm like, that's all right. And then now my mom has it hanged up. This is the funniest thing. She has like a little magnet on the fridge of like those 3D magnets, and she hung it on the 3D magnet thing. She doesn't have a key. The keys she have aren't really keys. So we have like a little tiny like gay keychain hanging in her fridge. You made it on the fridge. My dad hung every single like magnet back then in VShojo, right? VShojo had like a merch drop that they sent over, and there were like magnets of everyone VShojo. And my dad was just so proud of them that they hung them all. Like, maybe one day I can see if I can take a picture, but I don't think I can because it's reflective as fuck. Like, that fridge is reflective as fuck. But the fridge in my parents' house is every member of the XV Shoujo Girly Pops, right? On my parents' fridge, and then a little 3D magnet of a building and like a gay keychain hanging from it. And then like random things they want to hang up. And that is the fridge they have kind of happening right now. It's really wholesome. I also bought them a little magnet when I went to Japan, and they hung that up too. And I got another magnet when I was in America. They hung that up too. They were like, oh my god, we went to San Diego. And it's not San Diego.
How about getting your brother a flag with the international medical symbol on it and a rainbow background? So you show you care, but at the same time you were sadly misconstrued with revenge.
No, honestly though, my brother he is more good at like aesthetics than me. I'm gonna be real with you. My parents keep saying like we have a San Diego key, like a magnet thing. It's not San Diego, it's San Francisco. Because I got it when I went to TwitchCon. So it literally has the word San Francisco. The Francisco is small, but my parents are so convinced it's San Diego. So now they're like, yeah, we have San Diego on our fridge. I'm like, it's still not San Diego. It's San Francisco. It was like, close enough. The Sands. And I'm like, exactly. Isn't San Diego TwitchCon? Is it San Diego then? Wait, shit, have I been lying? I'm gonna look at that keychain later. I keep telling them it's San Francisco. They're like, no, it's San Diego. And I'm like, no, Mom, it's San Francisco. I've never been to San Diego. I went to San Francisco. What? Was it San Diego? You know what? I'm going to keep gaslighting them. No. I've already done this for months now. It's almost been a year. I'm going to keep gaslighting them. And I'll tell them that it's San Francisco. Stubborn ass. Shut the fuck up, all right? You know what? I've been actually thinking of getting a big, like, rainbow flag that I can give to my mom. Because my mom was like, oh, I want to hang something here. And I'm like, what if you hang this flag? And she was like, it's too big. And I'm like, I'll get you a smaller one. Would you hang that? And she was like, if it fit, I hang. So I was thinking of just, like, taking a selfie of myself and putting... like, I'll take a selfie of myself and I'll print it in front of, like, a gay flag. And I'll give it to my mom, like, hang that. Frame and hang it right now.
Was there a big red bridge?
I don't remember. Oh, there was like a highway bridge. Just go to the roof and hang it there. My parents are so sweet because in our area, I will still say our area is still very homophobic. Okay.
San Diego is
That's the
Southern
truth.
California, not too far from LA. San Francisco is north of California.
Well, one of those. I'll check later, but I'm never gonna admit that I'm wrong. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, my area is still very homophobic. Like, especially the neighbors, bro. Like, we cannot... Like, if you're gonna, you know, decorate your room and all this great stuff, just, like, don't hang it outside of your house because you'll never know what's gonna happen, right? It's one of those things that are like, you know what? Best not risk it type shit. But I remember one time I told my mom as a joke, I'm like, oh, what if like I will put random flags everywhere? I got this idea from Numi because Numi told me it's like she bought like a bunch of like rainbow flags and she would put it randomly around the house. And I was like, hey mom, what if I did that to your house? Like I'll just put random flags all over your house. And she was like, as long as it's not outside, because I don't want to like go outside because the dirt, at that time it is raining. And she was like, the dirt is very soggy and dirty. And I'm like, oh, I thought you were gonna say it's because you're scared of the neighbors. And she's like, actually just stick it on the neighbor. I was like, oh, I thought you said like don't put it outside because you're scared that the neighbors are gonna be mad at you. She was like, just stick it on the neighbor door lah. And I was like, I thought about doing that, but I'm not gonna because you know what? I'm not gonna waste money like that. But I thought about it. I'll just be like, hi, sticks on your door. Based mob. Oh my god, I will say though, my parents' neighbors are Karens, dude. Nah. I would never be mad, but those bitches got me mad. Like my parents have lived with Karens as neighbors for years now. Genuine fucking Karen. They do have some lore to them, but like I don't give a shit. They're fucking rude as hell, dude. They have like those big bikes. Oh. Karens, we don't have HOA here, right? Tea, please. Okay, which do you want to know, the most famous story or the story that literally got me so mad that my parents actually had to hold me back? Like that was one of the times I was like, hold me back, mom. Actually hold me back right now. Both. Okay, I do have lore. I have a little empathy for my neighbor. For not mine, at least, my parents' neighbor. I have a little empathy because I get it. Sometimes they're still fucking annoying. So, little lore. My parents' neighbors are one of those families that have those big motorcycles, right? I'm talking like the Harley Davidson motorcycles. The one that you literally just have to warm up every morning. So every fucking morning, just hear vrrr, vrrr, like that. So it's those. They are also rich. So what they did was they bought that house and renovated from the ground up. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money, but goddamn, that was so fucking loud. Like, brother, just get another house, dude. But no, they choose to have like literally a towering mansion in a fucking area of tiny houses. But I digress. Because their house is so big, right? It would block the sun from so many other houses. It's so fucking ridiculous. But I digress. The most annoying thing they did. So they have like 3 cars, right? But they only have one garage. Like the garage that I'm talking, I don't know how to picture this, but inside the garage is where they keep their motorcycles. Outside of their garage is where they park their cars. But because they have more cars than places to park, they would park their cars on the side of the road. Important to the story, right? Because they are living right in front of my family. Now, my family, we don't have a garage. So if my parents want to park their cars, it has to be on the side of the road. So the best way to describe it is the roads aren't big. If 2 cars are kind of parking on the side of the road, you need to kind of be on top of a curve a little bit. Like you have to kind of go up a curb. Or not, the cars like can't pass by that road. Like that road would be blocked, right? It will be too tiny. So you kind of have to like go up a little bit. These neighbors refuse to do that. Like the neighbors would never ever go up a curb on their car. Which means we have to basically park the whole car on top of the curb. Which is impossible, mind you, without it basically hitting our house, right? It is just fucking impossible. So my parents asked them to be like, hey, can you like park half your car on top of a curve? And we park half our car on top of our curve so that we stop getting complaints about neighbors not being able to pass through the road. And they were like, why don't you just get a garage? They hit us with that. They were like, why don't you just get a garage then? My parents are like, we are not fucking renovating our house for that. Like, are you fucking serious? Right? So at that point, now it's like a petty fight. You know, like my parents would just park as best as they can. If they get a complaint from the neighbors, they would be like, ask the neighbors. Like, complain to our neighbors, not us. We are doing our part. They are not. And there was a time where basically we found this perfect location, right? And maybe I'll see if I can MS Paint this. But there's this perfect location where, because the neighbors do not want to go up the curve, we have to kind of park in front of our entry door, which is fine. It's whatever. We only have like one car anyway, so it's like not an issue. But the issue is, if we park there, the road is clear, the car can just zigzag through, but the neighbors cannot back up their car outside of their garage. Because like well, you can, but in order to do it, you have to kind of like hard turn right, to like get out. Or you have to like go back, go front, go back, go front. You know what I'm saying?
Connections.
So it's like, it's either we block the road or we kind of make it harder for them to exit their house. We never knew about this until the first day we did that. The neighbors went up, started like banging on the front door. Like they were banging. They were like, move your fucking car. We can't get out. Blah, 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 blah. And my dad, being my dad, like my dad loves peace. He doesn't like conflict. He was like, I'm so sorry. We didn't know. Like, I swear we didn't do it on purpose. Right? And they were like, you did this on purpose. You were trying to block us. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And they were complaining about it. I was like, I'm sorry, like we are gonna park away, we're gonna park away. And I got really annoyed. And literally, that was the first time my dad came back. It was like he came in, took the car keys, and me and my mom was sitting there and we were like, what are you doing? He's like, we have to move the car. We can't park there. We have to find another parking spot. It's like, why? It's like, because the neighbors can't back out. And me and my mom was like, let them be. Just let them be. No, like genuinely, my mom sat there, was like, listen, man, I don't ask you for anything, right? Whatever you do, do not move your car. So for the next couple of months, chat, every time, like my dad would be nice enough to kind of like try and not pick up a fight. My mom though, one time, my mom didn't even try. She didn't park in front of our door. She parked in front of their garage. My mom, because my dad wouldn't do it. Like my dad felt so guilty he wouldn't do it, right? So my mom's like, you know what? I guess I'll do it myself. Like she went from parking like half the car up the sidewalk to just car in the road to just car on their side of the road to car on top of their garage. And every time the neighbors complain, mom's like, oh my God, like we had guests over, so we had to just park our car there. I guess we completely forgot. Wasure chata. So sorry, I forgot. Let me just move it real quick. Oh, I need to grab something. Spends like 45 minutes in the bathroom. Like, my mom wouldn't give a shit. It's to the point that the neighbors stopped using the garage. So now the neighbors just didn't, like, they don't park the car in the garage. Because if they park the car in the garage, they can't get it out. Until today, mind you. Until today, my mom still does that. Because she refuses to be like, listen, bitch, you don't want to move. I'm going to park here. And if you're going to complain, well, you'll just have to wait, I guess. Until today. Yeah. My mom still parks in front of the entry door. Just, they don't even have a car parked in the garage. Like, the garage is always empty. My mom still parks the car there anyway. Because she can. According to her, she's like, this is nice because I can get out of the car and instantly enter the house. I like that. And that's her reason. I was like, Mom, you're just trying to fuck him over. And she was like, no, I'm doing this for my own convenience. I have arthritis. Like, my joints hurt, Michi. My joints hurt and I can't walk that far. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Yeah. Now you have art. Oh, okay, buddy. No, until today, she still does that. And that was one of the funnier stories. The most horrible story, chat. Ooh. I get it. I'm not mad now. But at that time, I was fucking furious. This family, they do have a little bit of lore. TLDR, I'm just gonna debunk it. Because these neighbors have done so many bad shit to us. Like, a lot of bad shit. And they are very, very, like, rude. They have always been so fucking rude. But at one point, rumor spreads, right? Like, we live in a small area. The moment anything happens, everyone fucking knows about it. TLDR, the neighbor got a divorce. It was a very messy thing. Like, our neighbors went through this whole arc. This was years ago. They got divorced. really messy thing, right? And I guess that's when, like, they were Karens before. Don't get me wrong. They were annoying. But ever since the divorce, it got worse. It got so much worse. And you know, there's like tea, low-key. I kind of feel bad for talking about it, but I also don't. But chat, you know what? I'll just talk about it in a hypothetical. Story time. This was the crazy divorce arc. How worse? Me spilling other people's laundry. Oh! Yeah, you don't know them, right? It's just a funny story for you guys. Basically, the reason they got divorced is because the husband cheated on the wife. Like, the husband was caught cheating on the wife. And this is crazy because I'm not even making this shit up. The person this husband was cheating with her on lives as the neighbor of my cousin. So, like, my cousin's neighbor is the mistress of my parents' neighbor's husband. It's a small world, isn't it? It's a very small fucking world. And I found out from the grandmas in the community. Can you repeat that? Basically, my parents' neighbor's husband cheated on her with a woman that lives across the street to my cousin. And during that time, chat, it was messy. Like, the only person I sympathize for is their kid, right? To a degree. Because I think, like, I can hate these two couples, whatever. But the kid, it's just, dude, you can't feel anything else but empathy, right? Like, yeah, I'm not gonna be an ass to the kid. However, though, like, this kid was kind of an ass one time. That's why I was like, I'm not gonna be mad. Like, I'm upset, but I'm not gonna be too mad because I understand it must be really rough on the kid. Yeah, a kid was involved. It must be really rough. However, this kid, like, got a lot of stress, I suppose. Like, it makes sense, right? But I was also young. This kid decided out of the blue one day to, I shit you not, key our car. Like, this kid took took the keys, right? And keyed like a long, deep, straight line from the end of our car to the front of our car. Like, literally, like that. Like, it's not something you can buff out. You actually have to go to the repair store to get it buffed out. So it's one of those things that I was like, Mom, you gotta hold me back because I am angry. Like, I was upset. But my parents are like, listen, man, we can be mad at the adults, but this kid is probably going through something, right? Like, we'll talk to the parents. Do not get mad at the kid. Like, Michi, whatever you do not get mad at the kid. And in my head, I'm like, I don't give a shit. But I had anger issues. So I was like, you know what? All right. How old? We were basically the same age. We were like, what? 16? I think. A little older? I don't remember. Like, teenagers. We were teenagers. But I had anger issues at that time. And this kid is going through a lot, right? So I was like, a part of me understood. Now I understand. But at that time, I was so mad that I didn't understand it very much. My parents helped me back. This kid keyed our car because for some reason, the rumor spread it, right? Rumor spread that it went from the truth. The truth was his mistress is the neighbor of my cousin. That is the truth. But because rumors are rumors, it spread to our cousin knows his mistress to we know his mistress. I'm telling you, rumors are kind of ass. So it literally changed to our family knew the reason they are basically getting a divorce. You know, like that's not the case. We don't know this lady. Like my neighbors don't know this lady. Like my cousin do not know this lady. All right. I'm telling you, in my area, you say hello to your neighbor one time and then you never fucking talk. Like you don't talk to each other. You're not friendly with each other. You don't like hang out unless you're friends. My cousin knew this woman, but they're not friends or anything, right? And the rumor spread, and that's how we found out because my parents confronted the neighbors being like, hey, by the way, your kid keyed our car. Like, no,
this
like I know it's a tough situation.
Rom-com shit, bro. WTF.
I'm not even kidding. It gets
hey,
a little
Michi.
funnier.
Hope everyone has been doing well. Wanted to say I'm finally getting my PC.
Let's
Let's
go!
go. Anyway, got work in the morning. Everyone have a good night.
Have a good rest, man. No, it's crazier because the reason we confronted the family was we're like, hey, by the way, like, I know you're going through a tough time. However, for absolutely no given reason, your child decided to key our car and we kind of need you to compensate for it, right? Because we need to get it fixed. And the mom was like, oh, well, I think the kid is just really mad because they know that you know the person that destroyed our family. Like, full on. Like, this fucking Karen. It was like, the kid was mad because she thinks you broke our family up. And we're like, why us? And this mom was like, because you know his mistress. And we're like, what? We don't know the mistress, dude. It's like, yeah, you do. And that's when they talked. And basically, they had like an arc of friendship. This is so weird. But like, they cleared up the misunderstanding, right? Where it's like, we don't know this guy's mistress, first of all. And if we did, why is it our fault, bitch? Your husband cheated on you. It's not our fault. Like, we are not fucking your husband. Your husband fucked a random woman. How is it our fault, right? This random woman just happens to be neighbors with our cousins, but like, who gives a shit? And this lady, I'm not shitting you. I get it because grief hits people differently. I'm coming from a place of understanding. But I want you to know, chat, for the next couple of weeks after that talk, this neighbor would come over and like bring us gifts. Like, she was the nicest she's ever been. Like, she would give us gifts. She would give us things like items and be like, oh, I went out, I ate this, it's so delicious, I thought of you. Like, she was super fucking nice to us. And every now and then she'd be like, can you introduce me to your cousin? Like, can you introduce me to your cousin? All I'm asking for is a day. And I was like, why? And the plan was, I'm not even kidding, she wanted to come over to my cousin's house to spy on the mistress with her husband. And we were like, girl, no, girl. Like, no. We are not letting you in our home. So we are not letting you in our cousin's home. Right? Like, you gotta relax. Like, we get it. You're going through a loss, but you gotta relax. Like, we are not part of this. And she was like, no, please, all I need is a day. Like, I just need to see what they're doing. I need to know, blah, blah. And I was like, lady, you gotta relax, sis. And she did that for weeks. So that was, I call it the friendship arc because she was kind of nice to us. That sounds made up, but it is true. And I, till this day, still remember because she tried talking to me too. She was like, oh, hi, little Michi. Oh, I remember seeing you grow up. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, you moved in really late. Like, you don't know me, girl. Please don't talk to me, ma'am. And she was like, you know, when was the next time you're gonna hang out with your family? And I was like, literally right now, I'm in front of my house. Like, oh, when is the next time you're gonna see your mom? And I'm like, literally in a couple of minutes, probably, ma'am. Please don't ask me that. Like, that's kind of weird. She went through a whole arc. So she went back to being a Karen. To be fair, after that time, she did have a very intense Karen arc for a bit. And then she mellowed out. Like, recently, she's mellowed out a lot. We usually argued about cars, but ever since the divorce, the husband kind of took a shit ton of the vehicles. Because I guess the whole hobby was the husband's. So we didn't really have to argue about that anymore. Did they pay for the car damage? Yes. They end up paying for the car damage. Because it's their kid. Their kid fucking keyed our car. So you kind of have to. But yeah, they've kind of mellowed out a little. But that was insane lore. And you know what's even crazier? By the way, the fact that like for a moment they blamed us. And we found out the husband's mistress. If it's like, oh, the husband cheated on his coworker or like whatever. Cheating is bad. Don't get me wrong. Cheating is always bad. But here we have a lot of how do I explain it? R18 massages. You know what? Like, there are massage areas where only men are allowed to enter. And I'm not even kidding. That's how they word it. It's like, you are not allowed to enter the massage unless you're a guy. They're not always R18. Like, they're not always like SMEX or anything. But it's usually a little bit more adult, right? Like, there is some type of entertainment there. When I say, yeah, Pidget plus plus is what we call it. Massage plus plus. It doesn't, again, when I say like massage plus plus isn't always sex. Like, it's not like, oh, you have sex after. It's not always that. Sometimes, you know, you just want to talk to them. Sometimes it's just like a little bit of a hand thing. It's a different thing, right? However, it is just like a premium massage. Yeah, it's an additional service. If you choose to pay for it, you get it. If not, then you just get a normal massage. So the mistress was a masseuse in that place. Fun fact. And we found that out because we were so nosy. Well, and when I say we, I was so nosy. I was like talking to my grandma, and my grandma loves to talk about shit. And I was like, no, like we found out that the mistress actually works in this like very well-known massage plus place. And we're like, ah, then why the fuck is the wife blaming everybody else? This is one thing, right? I get it. You are grieving, and that's okay. But like, we are just your neighbors. If you're going to start yelling at us and blaming us, we will sympathize for your situation, but we're not gonna fucking let you step all over us just because you're grieving. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we will empathize with you, but if you're gonna treat us like dirt as if it's our fault, or if it's like the fault of our cousin that has nothing to do with this, we're not gonna be nice to you either, lady. By the way, it's your husband's fault, right? Like, yeah, it's not our fault. It is your husband's fault. Like, I hate to say it. I hate to be that bitch, but it literally is on your husband. He got a cock, he wielded it. It ain't our cock. Our cock stayed in our pants. So, I don't know, man. Our cock's tucked in, locked, and secured. So, do you have any more tea to spill? There are so many neighbor drama. I love neighbor drama, low-key, because like, my family is always, it's either we are affected or we just hear about it. We are never the reason of the drama. But it's also because my grandma, holy shit, my grandma is a social butterfly. She knows everyone, so she gossips. She talks a lot. And I am a listener. I go, ha, here. I'm like, hello, grandma, would you like some tea? And she goes like, I have gossip for you. And I'm like, let me double that tea for you. I'll be like, you know what? Let me bring up the whole kettle. I'll be like, grandma, would you like a cup of tea? She was like, do you want to know what happened yesterday? And I'm like, let me bring the kettle. Let me bring the brewery, actually. One moment. Whoa. Let me turn on the fan. Continue. No, I do have a story that this scared the living shit out of me because it happened to me technically, but it's not drama. Like, it's not like spicy drama. It's kind of like that's kind of wholesome, actually. And that. I think I've told Chad about the story once before. But we have a lot of neighbors. This Karen neighbor is the neighbor in front of my parents' house. We have a neighbor behind the house, right? Because Indonesian housing area is kind of like a line, you know? So there's the story. I wouldn't say it's juicy. At first, you might be pissed, but never judge a book by its cover. That is what I've learned from this story. Another story time. Hello, Hammy. I saw you sleeping yesterday. You look... wow, Hammy. You look so good when you're awake. Computer, turn off her webcam. Creepy. I have this funny little story. I have a neighbor in the back of... This was when I was young. The back of my family's house. One time, chat. So here's the layout of our house, right? We have a kitchen. Like a little kitchen area on the back of our... Like, it's basically like our house is like the really furthest back. It's not a room. We call it a dirty kitchen. But it's just a normal kitchen. You know, it's a kitchen that has access to the outdoors. Because a lot of the food you cook in Indo kind of smelly, right? Like, it has a lot of gas, a lot of fumes. A little, like, sucky machine ain't gonna do it. You know, like, you need to be able to open a wide-ass window to let that shit air through. So, that's the layout of the scenario, right? Kitchen, window. One night, I'm talking like 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night. I was with my dad. And we were in the back. We are deciding to make Indomie. I still remember this. We were trying to make Indomie together. And out of nowhere, a massive fucking rock just smashes into the kitchen. Like, a rock just got thrown into our window, breaks our window into the kitchen. Did you catch it? I caught it, I kissed it, I threw it back. I went, ooh, paparazzi, and I threw it right back. That's what I did. No, but it freaked me the fuck out. Me and my dad were literally like there. We're like, did you just see that? And it was loud. Okay, this is not very normal. This was like super fucking violent. So I was like, what's happening? And my dad, he is not an aggressive guy. Like my dad is very, very relaxed. He's kind of a pushover, I'm gonna be honest, but he hates aggression and he hates confrontation. But because in his head, this rock, if I were to be standing in front of the window, chat, and this rock flew in, keep in mind, we had a thick window, right? The fact that this rock broke our window means that it is thrown really, really fucking hard and intentionally. And if I were standing right there, it would have hit me. Like I would have been fucking hit by a rock and shards of glass. So my dad was angry. Like I feel like I rarely see my dad angry after a point in his life, but my dad was furious. He instantly like ran, like he walked out, tried to find this guy, and you can see that this guy was like entering his house, and it was the neighbor in our back. And my dad confronted him. Like it was an old man. It was a very fit but old man, right? And my dad was just mad because everyone heard the sound. My mom was like, what's wrong? And I was like, Mom, there's a fucking rock. Like, Mom, there's a rock in our kitchen. Mom was like, what do you mean there's a rock in our kitchen? I'm like, look, Mom, it's a rock in our kitchen. She was like, why is there a hole in the window? I'm like, that's where the rock came from. She was like, no, bitch. Rocks don't appear in windows. And I'm like, now that's the issue, isn't it? Boom. That's your answer. I don't know what am I supposed to say, Sherlock? Like the fuck, there's a hole in the window and a rock in the kitchen. You'll never believe what I'm gonna say next. So my mom was like trying to like chase after my dad. My dad was running to the fucking neighbors, and I'm just standing there with the rock in the kitchen. I'm just like, uh-oh, it's a rock. TLDR, my dad was like banging to the point where the other neighbors could hear him, right? Neighbors came out and was like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong, Dad? Like, what's wrong? Michi, Dad Chivi. Hi, sweet. And he was like, this bitch almost hurt my daughter. Like that. Like, they're having a full-on argument. The thing about Indo, we have a specific type of culture, right? Indo is Indo. But if there is a loud disturbance, like a riot or like a fight happening, brother, if it's in the neighborhood, motherfuckers be nosy as fuck, right? Like we have a thing where if let's say you hear a guy yelling at another guy in a neighborhood, the other neighboring guys will all come out in their goddamn like tank tops and short pants, and they're like, yo, relax, bro, yo, relax, whoa, like everyone think they're part of the team. You know, that's suddenly they're all part of the team, right? And then some guys are like, tell me what's wrong, do we beat this guy up or do we beat you up? And it's like, why are you don't got a stake in this? And it's like, who do we beat up? So my dad was like, this bitch almost hurt my daughter. And they're like, what do you mean by that? So a bunch of people were called, right? We have like the head of the neighborhood. They were also there. And this guy would he would refuse to leave his house. So my dad just looked like the crazy man in the middle of the night yelling in a random dude's house. And my dad's like, look into our window. And it's like, we have this whole, my dad explained the whole thing. And so the neighbors are like, we have to be gentle with him because he's an old man. By the end of the day, there is no honor in beating up an old man. That's the mentality. So they're like, let's see his perspective. I highly think this is not an Indo thing only. Yeah, that is it's a very thing. So like, listen, let us be civil about this. Let's talk to him first. Why would he do that? They ended up like, you know, they were like knocking. They spent like that whole night. It's just my dad and 4 other random dudes that I've never seen in my life just trying their best to like convince this guy to come out of his house to explain why the fuck he decided to throw a big rock into our kitchen. TLDR, this old man was going through it. Like mentally, he is not in the best state of mind. And he is so convinced that my dad is controlling the lights of the street. So the way to picture this is we have street lamps, right? And some houses don't have like enough light in their house. So they kind of depend on the street lamps to turn on at night to see. You know? And there's one street lamp right next to the back of my parents' house. And every night, right? During the time this neighbor wants to go to bed, the street lamp would turn on. And when this neighbor wakes up to try and get anything, the street lamp turns off. And they are so convinced that my dad is behind all this. Like, I can't make this shit up. He is so convinced that my dad is over here in this house like an evil villain, like a cartoon evil villain with his little binoculars, looking into his house and being like, oh yes, he is awake. Let me just click, click, turns it off. And goes, oh, he's asleep. Click, click, turns it on. That's what he was convinced of. Not the fact that the street lamps would turn on at 11 p.m. and turn off at 3 a.m. And he just happens to go to bed at 10:30 and wake up at 3. It has nothing to do with that, by the way. Not time. It's my dad. It's literally not because of his own fucking time zone. Like, it is my dad. So he was yelling back. Like, he was yelling shit. And he was like, you're the one that's fucking my sleep. I haven't been able to sleep for the past couple of days. This light is like on, blah, blah, blah. And my dad's like, what are you talking about? You are controlling my lights. You are controlling my lights. And he's like, what are you talking about? So my dad was like flipping between, I'm gonna punch this guy, to what the fuck is this guy even saying? Turns out this guy, because he's old, I guess, like his brain is in a different state of mind. I'm not sure what he has, but weirdly enough, you would think it's gonna end in a fight. No, I don't know what happened because my mom was like, go back to bed, right? I'm like, all right, I'll just go bed. The next morning, I asked my dad what happened. My dad explained to me, it's like, listen, man, like, it was horrifying. I'm glad you're not hurt. But you know what? Turns out this guy, I think the guy has dementia, but I'm not too sure. It's like, turns out our neighbor is just really old and he was convinced that we're controlling the lights. So he lashed out and just wanted the lights to turn off. So, like, we have to show compassion. Weirdly enough, my dad, for the next couple of months, mind you, would always every now and then like drop by to his house, and my dad decided to buy him window shades. And my dad's like, you know what? Like, we just have to have sympathy. Let's buy him window shades. So then the light won't enter the window. So my dad got him like window shades, got it installed, and would drop by to be like, are you okay? So I think during that time, that's when I learned, like, don't judge a book by its cover. Even though in retrospect, right, having a random stranger throw a big ass rock into your kitchen while you are in your kitchen is a horrifying fucking thing. If you think about it, you know what? Like, my dad, he gets angry fast, but he's not crazy. So, yeah. He was old. He did end up passing away later on, but my dad was like, yeah, you know what? He did get better. Like, at least he knew he wasn't alone till like his last days type shit. This was a while ago. But that was one of the moments where I was like, at first I was scared and then I became empathetic. Like, I was like, I get it. Never judge a book by its cover, even though it looked like he was trying to brick me in the head. Ah, damn, Dad Chivi is so empathetic. The way my grandma says it is, if everyone in the neighborhood was like my dad, we wouldn't have juicy drama in the first place. And she right though. Many such cases. And she right. Because my dad is like if you like hit me in one eye, I will give you my other eye maybe. Like, that's my dad. He's very, very gentle. My mom though, every time if there is a situation and my mom is involved, I swear to God, my dad de-escalates. My mother escalates or keep it the same. Like, she is the oil to a fire. You know? Oh, brother, my dad just wants to live a peaceful life. My mother wants to live a happy life, according to her. And this makes her happy. She is a little bit of a funny woman. Oh. Sometimes she would talk to the neighbor saying, ooh, if I were you. And that's when I know we're done. It's like someone's venting to her and she was like, ooh, if I were you, I wouldn't take that laying down, sister. That's just if I was you, though. Like, that's, no. Like, you can do whatever you want. But like, if I were you, I wouldn't accept that. That's just it. That's my mom. And they would be like, really? Why? And my mom's like, you know, because you deserve better than that. And they were like, you're right. I'm going to start a fight. Actually, my mom, and she doesn't even mean to do it. Like, my mom doesn't intend to gaslight. She just doesn't have a filter, dude. Like, she doesn't know when to shut the fuck up, is the best way I can say it. Like, someone would be venting. It's like, I had an argument with my husband the other day, but it's okay. Like, we've talked it over. And my mom's like, ooh, that's all you said to him? If I were you, I would have said more, honestly. And like, she's not trying to instigate. That's the truth. My mom can't shut up. So yeah, no shit, she would say more. And they would be like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, like if my husband did that to me, I would tell him this, and this. And the friend's like, oh my God, you're right. I should say that. Oof. Oh. And then I'm like, mother, why are you doing this? Like, why are you like nosing yourself in the situation? She's like, I'm not nosing. I'm not telling her to do anything. I'm just saying if I was her. I was like, yes, mom, but you're giving her ideas. And she was like, huh, I never thought about it that way.
Mochievee was actually the one flickering the lights ding.
That's my mom. She still parks in front of the Karen's house every now and then too. She still parks on the road that would block the Karen's like garage until today. Sometimes if we have one neighbor, she could park on the other end of the road. No, she parks on the neighbor's road because she can. That is my mother. Because she can. Yes. She's so fucking funny. She called me this morning, actually. Like, I woke up and she was like telling me, because I was helping her with some work, right? And the whole time she was calling me, she was like, I'm just gonna call you for 5 minutes. Our call lasted 3 fucking hours. 3 fucking hours. And she was she was venting to me about something that I don't understand what to even say. Like, most days I'm just like, ooh, you're so right, girl. I don't even know. I'm just like, ooh, you're so right. Ooh, you're so right. Y'all can't stop yapping. No, if I'm talking to my mom can't stop yapping. Did you have the time to finish your work? I did. I ended up finishing my work a little earlier.
Whole
So I'm
neighborhood
streaming.
at each other's throats while Mochievee stands in the window muttering yes. Dance my puppets.
Michi mom, I remember. My mom is so fucking funny. My mom was... Okay, right now, my mom is a little bit mad at my aunt. You'll never believe it. It's because I am my mom's child. It's my mom is right, my aunt is wrong, period. Even though literally no one's wrong. My mom is a little bit angry. Like, she's a bit peeved at my aunt. You'll never believe why. You will never
I'm
believe.
so confused. Did you not just raid out?
What does that mean? I literally just started, bro. Rise and shine. Good morning.
So what you are saying is that if your yapping streams are 12 hours, your mother's yapping stream would be 24 hours or more?
Yes. Actually, yes. Sometimes I can predict what she's gonna say. Like, that's the crazy part. My mom is mad at my aunt right now because they were calling, right? My mom was calling my aunt and my aunt was calling my mom, and it was raining. Like, it was raining heavily at that time. So my mom raised her voice to talk on the phone because you can't hear her voice because of the storm. And my aunt, according to her, raised her voice but said really mean things. And I was like, what did she say? And she's like, dude, the aunt literally didn't even like give me sentences. She was just giving me words, like yelling and just words. Who the fuck do you think I am? And I'm like, you're so right, mom. And I'm like, but mom, you were also yelling. And she was like, I was yelling because of the storm. And I'm like, yeah, but isn't it also storming where aunt is? Like, you are in the same area. So if it's storming there, it's probably storming where our aunt is, right? And my mom's like, it's different because at least I give her sentences. She gave me words. Can you believe that? That's a topic. That is literally the only problem. Like, there's nothing deeper about this. The topic is she yelled but only went, hey, you go here, okay? Like that. And then she's peeved. And she talked about it for 2 hours. 2 fucking hours. I'm over here doing her work, right? She's like, don't forget to do this, Michi, this. And I'm like, I'm doing her work for her. I woke up at 6 in the fucking morning and I'm like, doing some work. And she is complaining about it for 2 fucking hours. I don't even understand. Even I can't stretch out a conversation like that for 2 fucking hours. Even I can't do that. I can only assume this is old people thing to spend the time. Okay, the thing is, right? I need the time to do something else, but I can never hang up the phone because if my mom says, bye, love you, and I end the call first, my mom goes, why did you end the call first? And then I'm fucked. So what I have to do is I go, I love you, mom. And I leave the phone until she ends the call. Yep. This also happened in the gym recently because I was at the gym and I was like, hey, mom, I'm at the gym right now. And she was like, oh, look at this. And then she video calls me. So I'm like, all right, let me just stop my set so I can open my phone so I can see her. And I'm like, hey, oh, I can't turn on my video. And she's like, my video on, turn video. Proof you gym. Okay. I turn my video and she sees I'm in the gym. She's like, okay, see, you are not working out. I'm like, mom, I'm doing sit-ups. Like, I am doing sit-ups and there's like a machine for sit-ups that are inclined, right? Dude, Kana was literally right there. Like, she saw me do this workout and Kana had the fucking balls to be like, wow, it's so easy for you, huh? Let's add weights. And I'm like, motherfucker, if I could, I wouldn't do this. But I was doing sit-ups one-handed, right? Like, this is fully inclined. I did have weights. I always sit up with weights. So I had to hold this massive ass weight with one hand while the other hand had to be balanced in front of my face as I'm doing sit-ups. Yeah, the hand is to hold the weight, mind you. What are you training for? To call my mother. Literally. Like, I did not want to do this. But mom's like, you are at gym, but you are not working out. All you do is sleep. And I'm like, I am working out. She's like, proof? I'm like, all right. So that I had to hold the phone in front of my face, fucking FaceTiming my mother. One hand on weights, doing sit-ups. And I'm like, there we go. And she was like, okay, anyways. So she's starting to talk, right? She's telling me the story. And I'm like, oh, damn, mom, that's crazy. So I stopped doing my set. She's like, huh? You sit up only 2 times? Huh? You only sit up only 2 times. No wonder gym no do anything for you.
You got
If you only sit up 2 times, no need. Just wake up in the morning and go back to bed and wake up to go pee and go back to bed. That is the same workout you're doing. You just sit up. Huh? Usually I sit up 12 times. You 2 times only. And I'm like, mom, I can't do it. I'm holding the phone. And she was like, what do you mean? Just do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing sit-ups, right? And then my mom continued talking. So now I'm like, if I stop, she's going to... Oh, this is something my mom does. She will tell me a story, right? 30 minutes into the story, anything distracts her. Literally anything. She would be like, change topic. And then she goes, anyway, continuing the story. She doesn't continue. She starts from the beginning. Always. That's why I tell my dad, if I talk to my dad, it is a one-liner option. If I talk to my mom, it is an unskippable cutscene. If you skip the cutscene, you fail and you have to redo the cutscene. Do not attempt to skip the cutscene. So now I'm fucking over here and I'm like, just gotta keep doing it. And she's telling the story. And I know that she's going to redo the story because she already fucking redo the story. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna lock in. And after she was done doing that, right, Kana came over and was like, wow, you're doing sit-ups with weights with only one hand? I guess these weights are too easy for you. I'm over here like I'm red, I'm sweating, my arm hurts, everything hurts, like I feel like I need to die. And Kana's like, I guess it's not that difficult, huh? I have never once felt the urge to fucking choke this bitch, but I did. I sat there and I'm like, if only this gym wasn't full of people, you'd be dead, brother. But it's okay. You are pushing my buttons right now, woman. But that's okay. That's okay. Me about to throw the weights at her like, ugh. That's my mother. She's been kind of going through it. All right. Exactly. Sure. Ugh. I have a lot of great stories from my mother. She is very rage baity. I feel like Sui has talked to my mom. Sui, have you spoken to my mom? You have, right? I think. I don't remember. Yeah. Dude, when you talk to my mom, you can feel it. The energy of I video called with your mom. Yeah. My mom has the energy of like that lady. I don't explain. It's like that one lady
Kana
that's not annoying but annoying.
Bite.
Kana makes me want... It's over. It's yover for me. My mom has the energy of a person. It's just... She is special. I remember telling you guys the story of my mom and my dad. This happened super recently. I was having dinner with my mom and my dad. And my dad said a very bad thing. Oh. I can imagine talking with your mom for an hour if you didn't take over. Dude, my mom yaps. She can't shut the fuck up. Do you want me to retell the dad story? I still think it's one of the funniest stories ever, dude. I was having dinner with my dad and my mom. I was sitting next to my mom. My dad was in front of my mom. Important to the story. So my mom was yapping. Like she's just talking about stuff, right? I don't know what she's talking about. I'm gonna be real. Nobody be listening. Because sometimes this is how my mom talks. She's like, you know, today I was eating pachal in the morning. And then I realized, right? Wow. I am just so grateful to be able to eat pachal in the morning. When I was younger, I cannot even eat a piece of bread. And now I eat pachal in the morning. And then it made me think, life has so many hidden meaning inside of it. And then she just yaps. Yaps and yaps and yaps. Is it the one where he coded you for help? Yes. It was the one. It was the... So she just be yapping. Me and my dad, we are just kind of like tuning her out. But I have this skill because this woman raised me, okay? I am like Pavlov trained to do this. What I do is I listen to some words. Because every now and then my mom goes, are you even listening? And I go, of course I'm listening. She's like, what did I say? And then I echo the words I remember. And she goes, ah. And then she continues her story, right? She's kind of like a school where every now and then she gives you pop quizzes where she's like, did you listen? Go on, summarize it. So what I do is I would listen to some words and just kind of summarize the story or the keywords in my head, right? The SEOs are locked in. So my mom has been giving me these quick time events and I am passing my quick time events. And then my mom decided to ask a question to my dad. I've been listening. I low-key forgot what the question was. I remember telling Chat the story, but I forgot what the question was. Does Chat remember? Fuck. My mom decided to ask my dad a question. It was a yes or no question. Shit. Does anyone in chat remember? I low-key forgot. Ugh. Something about their anniversary? Okay, you know what? I'll just make the question up, right? I forgot what the question really is, but it's one of those questions like, would you love me if I was a worm? It's one of those questions. I'll make it up. It's like, for example, it's like, oh, remember that time in our anniversary where we did this? Right, honey? And she looked at my dad. Now, my dad was eating, and he looks up, and I know that look on this man's face. These two raised me, okay? And my dad don't speak with words. He speak with the fucking face. He's like an emote talker. If my mom is the essayer in chat, my dad is the emote user. So I saw his face. He looked at me. I looked at him. In 1 second, I realized this man heard nothing. Like, this guy don't know what he's saying. He don't know what is being spoken about. He don't know. So I'm like sitting next to my mom. Mom's like, right, honey? My dad look at me. I look at him. I lean back. I lean back away from my mom's vision because my mom is leaning forward. I lean back and I just went like this. Like, I just start nodding. I looked at him and I'm like, that. And my dad's like, yes. I was like, exactly. And it was such an amazing time and blah, blah. Oh my God, honey, tell her what you said. I was like, oh, honey, remember this time when this happened? And my dad's like he looked at me and I'm like, no, it's a trick question, right? So my dad's like, oh, no, that didn't happen. My mom's like, oh, yeah, I forgot. That didn't happen. This happened, blah, blah. So I'm like guiding him through the yes or no questions. The whole time, it feels like an unspoken handshake. Like me and my dad had that like handshake in midair. The invisible handshake of like, yeah, man, you did it. You aced your QTs. I got you, dude. You can cheat off of me anytime, man. And then my mom's ulted my dad. Like my mom decided to bring the ult of, oh my God. And this time, honey, tell her the story. How the fuck am I supposed to quote that? I know the story because she literally just told the story. So I know what she's talking about. My dad has no idea what the fuck she's talking about. And I'm like, this is not a yes or no question, brother. You are cacked. So I was like, I literally sat there, leaned back. My dad looked at me and I hit her with the fucking speed face. I looked at him and I went, ooh. Ooh. I fucking speed at this poor man. And he was like, right. No, yeah. And my mom's like, you weren't listening, were you? And then my mom started yapping. He was like, oh, you weren't listening. See, this is what I was complaining about. I remember one topic, but I don't know how it got to this topic. But my mom was like, this is why. And all the unak-unak come out. What is unak-unak? Like, you know when you have an issue with someone and then you keep it in, right? That is unak-unak. We call that unak-unak. It's like the feelings you harbor inside your heart. Every time shit like this happens, my mom will start telling it's kind of like venting, but it's like grudges, but light grudges, you know? My mom starts saying some of her grudges, right? Just like, this is why I always say this. Your dad always like looking at everything but the moment. He is always thinking about the future or the past, but never the moment, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? That is why I am different from your father. I am always living in the moment. Your mom, Michi, always live in the moment. I appreciate the now. Your dad, always the future, always the past, never now. Blah, blah, blah. And then my mom goes, you know why that is? Like that. I remembered this because I sat there and I looked at my dad. I'm like, why would you choose to kill yourself? Like, you could have just shut the fuck up, bro. But he didn't. My mom went, do you know why I live in the moment and it's worrying. That's why my mom was talking about worrying. It's like, your dad always struggle to sleep. Your dad is always worry. Because he always think about future, maybe problem, maybe success, blah, blah, blah. Never living in the moment, always anxiety. But I never feel anxiety. I remember my mom was like, I never feel anxious. I always at peace. I always so relaxed. You know why that is? And my dad, he could have said nothing, mind you. He could have just not said a word. And my dad looked at my mom and said, because I have ambition and you don't. Ooh. How? I literally sat there. Like, I was leaning back and my dad's like, because I have ambition and you don't? I sat, like, I literally cooked face, sat up.
Your mother is
Shook
killing
head.
me, just sheesh. Who are you at the gym?
I mean, dude, gotta work up my core, am I right? I literally sat up, looked at my dad and went, man, you are married to this woman for longer than I've ever known her, and you still somehow said the wrong thing. How have you had more experience in the game and still fail the QTEs, brother? How do you do that? You have more time invested in this game and still fail the QTE. How? And my dad realized how that came off. Like, my dad didn't mean it that way. Like, what my dad is trying to say is my mom is a very chill person, right? Like, my mom likes to take problems once it comes and then, like, live life in the moment, you know? Like, she's the kind of person that's like, if there is no problem, what is there to worry about? Enjoy life. Yay. That's my mom. My dad is the type of person that's like, we need to prepare so problems don't come. Like, that is the type of person my dad is. And what my dad is trying to say is like, the reason my mom can do that is because my dad is like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad is the type of person that's like, let's avoid problems before they appear. So my dad needs to think about the problems first to avoid it. While my mother is the type that's like living in the moment. So the reason my mom can live non-anxiously is because my dad, by default, takes care of it, is what my dad is trying to say. However, the way he worded it was, because I have ambition and you do not. Right. And then my mom, this whole time, it was kind of ironic. Now it's coming back to me. The topics are coming back to me in flashes. It's ironic because in the start of the conversation, my mom was talking about the fact that she doesn't get offended very easily. She was like, you know, I never get offended. I rarely get offended. I never get offended. I don't take anything personally. I am not the type to be offended at all. Because if you are offended, that means you think too much. You overthink and you think badly about yourself. So I never overcomplicate. I don't overthink. I don't overcomplicate. I don't offend it. And my dad said that, and guess who got offended? I mean, like, I get it. You know, like, I get both sides. Like, I would also be a little bit offended too if someone said that to me. But she was like, I never get offended. And then she got offended. Fair. It's one of those things that I'm like, I'm trying so hard to help you, bro. But you gotta help me help you. You gotta help yourself. Just, there is food in front of you. Eat the damn food. Shut the fuck up. 99% of our problems would go away if you just nodded, brother. Just nod. And my mom started yapping. It's like, you think I don't have ambition? Ooh. Why you say that? You think I have no ambition, yeah? You think I don't have dreams? You don't think I have the power in me to do anything? And my dad goes, no, I don't mean it like that. The whole time I'm sitting there and I'm just like, damn, Dad. Nah, there's no going out of this one. It's you have just locked us into a brand new unskippable cutscene. And there is nothing you can do to make this go faster or better. You have locked in your choice. You just have to watch. And my dad's like, no, honey. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. Like, no. And my mom's like, no, it's okay. You think you are so much better. Blah, blah, blah. You think you can offend me with that? You are not offending me, okay? Blah, blah, blah. As she is clearly mad. She was like, you are not offending me. I am not offended. It's crazy to think that after years and years of knowing each other, you still see so poorly of me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there every 3 seconds. I'm like, oh my God, like the cake here is delicious. My mom's like, do you believe this, Michi? This is what my mom does all the time. She wants to insult my dad, but instead of telling him to his face, my mom would look at me, talk to me while my dad is listening. She looks at me and goes, do you believe this, Michi? But what do you think? And I'm like, oh my God, Mom, I think you are the smartest, wisest person. Like every time I'm stressed, I go to you and she's like, you full of shit. Right. And now I'm like, I went down the okay route. Now I am dragged into this. So now I'm getting heated. I'm looking at my dad. I'm like, fuck you. And my dad goes, my bad. And I'm like, oh, damn. You know what, Mom? Like, I know you love soft layered cakes. They have the best cakes here. She was like, don't lie. You've never been here before. And I'm like, I have. Like, I saw pictures. But you know what else is delicious? Like the fruit platter. Like seasonal fruits are always so good. And she was like, we live in Indonesia. Of course it's good. Do not change topic. Like, stop trying to change topic. And I'm like, I'm not trying to. You know, it's just like, I love hanging out with you and I love eating with you. And she's like, shut up.
I love it when your accent comes out. Very entertaining story, Mochievee.
That is my mother. Anything you say at that point, right? Once you've like perma-locked yourself in that situation, it is just a corner for you, bro. You're dead. Corner. The illusion of a dialogue. Like I sat there, me and my dad. I even like my mom was yapping the whole time. I looked at my dad and I verbally said, I'm like, why did you say that? My dad's like, I didn't mean it like that. I was like, no, why did you say it? You know this woman. Sometimes the right choice is there is no choice. You just say nothing. You say nothing. And my dad's like, oh, no, but you know I didn't mean it that way, right, Michi? And I'm like, don't drag me into this, bud. Whoa. My dad's like, no, Michi, like, explain it to her. You understand my perspective, right? Listen, man. Whoa. We're cool. We're friends like that. But I'm not the type to be involved in the relationship drama. You know, like, tell me once it's over, but not during, right? Tell me your ventures once you're back home and not while you're out at sea type shit. I am a listener, not a pirate. Do not do that to me. So I'm like, absolutely not. And mom's like, go on, explain your dad's perspective. I'm like, I don't understand him. I'm not gonna lie, chat. There has been multiple times where my mom and my dad are like arguing. And I'm gonna be real, if I had to pick a side, I will pick my mom's side. Not because I hate my dad or anything. It's because if I pick my mom's side, the conversation is easier to understand. If I pick my dad's side, the conversation will not end. So the choices are either a proper story, like a couple of hours of your day, or like you are trapped in that Gojo fucking dream dome and you are stuck. Like you are stuck in an infinite Tsukiyomi. But instead of a dream, it is a nightmare. So like, I'ma be real. It's a no-brainer option, you know? So I pick my mom all the time. You might hate me for this, chat. Cowardice or suffering. Listen, man. I'll talk to my dad once the argument's over. You know, I'll be like, hey, man, it was tough out there, huh? She chewed your ass out. And he was like, fuck you. I'm like, listen, man, it's either she chews your ass out or she chews both our ass out. You can't blame me for that. And he's like, yeah. That's my dad. There has been times where my mom, literally all I do is like, ugh, that's what I'm saying, Mom. It's because he's a man. And you know what? My dad has been saying that recently. It is one of the funniest things. Like, I like to make it a little more lighthearted, right? Like if I am accidentally dragged into an argument, I will make it lighthearted. And my mom would be like, I cannot believe your dad did this. And I'm like, oh, it's because he's a man. I say it like that, like word per word, accent per accent. And usually it kind of lightens the mood. Now, every time my mom starts an argument, my dad would either, if he doesn't fuck up, I tell him his go-to should just be like, oh man, am I right?
Damned.
He's not doing the best job at it, but at least he's trying his best. Like, I think he's starting to try to mimic what I do because he realized that if I have an argument with my mom, it lasts an hour. If he has an argument with my mom, it lasts a month. So, like, one is clearly more successful than the other. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my dad is trying to mimic what I'm saying. I don't think he understands why. Like, I try to time it, you know? I'm not, like, my mom's like, why do you never pick the dirty laundry off the floor? And my dad just goes, typical man. Like, okay, listen, Dad, listen. It's not funny because she is talking about you. Like, you are literally digging your own grave right now, buddy. Let's talk about your timing here. He's like, I don't understand. When you say it, she giggle. When I say it, she get mad. Like, I don't know how to tell you this, bud, but like, well, I don't know.
Why aren't you helping bro out?
Chat, let's be real. If your bro is in a relationship and your homie is fighting with his lover and they're in a thick argument and they are trying to involve you, what are you gonna do? Be honest with me. Don't try to be like, I will help it. What the fuck are you gonna do? That's all on you, buddy. Hell nah. You stay... Exactly. Go on. Exactly. If your homie is fighting with their lover, you stay the fuck away, right? At a distance where you can watch but not be dragged into it.
You got scammed.
It's like watching a bullfight. You don't want to be in the pit when that happens. That's all I'm saying, man. Let me go to the toilet real quick. The fire you lit in your house, deal with it yourself. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm not helping a bro out. Like, I will talk to you afterwards, but right now... I don't know, man. You lit the damn fire, you deal with the flames. Am I right, guys? I'm just a guy. Ooh. Michi just trying to change the subject. Like, ooh, look, a shooting star. I've tried changing the topic so often. Like, yesterday, I did this whole bit where it's like, the moment Kuro noticed that we're watching, I changed topic. And one guy was like, the fact that you can change topic so fast is kind of scary. That is a skill I fear you have to learn in this family, dude. Because, like, I call it the ping pong method. I told my dad about it too. I personally call it my ping pong method. If your mom is mad at you, and it doesn't matter if you are right, it doesn't matter if you're wrong, because you are always wrong. That is number one. Rule number one, if your mom is mad at you, you are wrong. Number two, but you are even more wrong. Right? And sometimes your mom doesn't want you to just apologize. Sometimes she just wants to be mad. That is another thing. There are situations where your mom is mad, you apologize, conversation end. Beautiful. There are some situations where your mother's mad, you apologize, and now that you cut the conversation short, your mom is even more mad because it's not satisfying. So, what you do is you do the ping pong method. You let her yap for a couple of minutes and you go, I totally understand you, mom. You know what that reminded me of? I remember like a couple of years ago when we decided to go grab lunch. Remember this restaurant? And then you started like talking about the things you like to do. Like when you're younger, you were interested in this. It reminds me of how happy you were. And I can't. And then you talk about random things. Random. It's called baiting, right? And then if your mom takes the bait and goes, oh, I remember that. I'm like, yeah, wait, what was that food you ordered? And then she talks about the food. You're like, damn. Wait, no, I remember. Did you remember the food I ordered? It was so good. She was like, I don't remember. Maybe it was this. And I'm like, wait, I thought it was this. You go with the flow. You go with the and then once the conversation ends, right? She let go of all her energy. You already apologized. You already let go of the energy. Conversation end pleasant. If she brings it back, she's like, wait, don't change the topic. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. She keeps yapping. You give it a couple of minutes and you go, damn. No, I totally understand that. Like, it must be super frustrating to have to deal with it. It literally reminds me of what happened, like, and then you keep doing it over and over again. You think about the old times and you bring it back. You ask questions to let the energy go. Because if not, then the energy will go into them yelling at you. So better the energy goes to reminiscing about good memories. I'm not gaslighting her on shit, okay? Because this is how arguments with me happen. This is how it goes. My mom goes, Michi, I don't like the fact that you do this. And I go, oh, I do that? She's like, yeah, you do this. And I'm like, I totally understand that. I apologize. I'll never do it again. Dot. Done. There is no if, there is no but, there is no, I don't fucking go like, actually, I do that because, no. Like, Michi, I don't like you doing this. I apologize. I never realized I did it. Thank you for letting me know. I'll never do it again. The end. But sometimes my mom wants to talk. She wants to let energy out, burn some fuel. So it's better that you change the topic and you talk about something else instead of her yelling at me for something I already acknowledged and apologized for. Didn't she get mad at you recently for changing subject? I did. Yeah, she's been catching up to it because she's been watching my fucking streams, man.
Now I'm starting to think that your ADHD is not nature but nurture, and one acquired for survival.
No, my mom has realized that I have a habit of changing the topic when I don't want to talk about something because chat pointed it out one time, and she was in chat apparently. She was in chat and she was watching, and chat pointed it out. Like, Michi, you change the topic when you don't want to talk about something. And I was like, haha, fuck, I guess I never realized that. And then now my mother also realized that too. So recently she got mad at me for changing the topic. And I was like, Mom, I don't mean to. I'm genuinely like, I don't mean to change the topic. Just, I genuinely can't like remember it sometimes. And then my mom goes, yeah, you always do that. You always change the topic. When you don't want to talk about something, you always change the topic. And I'm like, yeah, honestly, I don't even remember the last time I did it. And she was like, I remember. And then topic successfully changed. I didn't even do anything this time. I was like, I don't even remember the last time I did it. I was like, I remember. Last time, blah, blah, blah. Remember we were talking and this is the situation. And then I'm like, wait, really? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, where was that? She was like, here. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, I remember. Yeah. And she was like, yeah. And then blah, blah. And then an hour in, she stops talking and she goes, fuck, the topic just changed. You changed the topic again. And I'm like, Mom, you were talking the whole time this time. You changed the topic. I didn't change. I didn't even try. She got Pavloved into it. I Pavloved my mother into a topic change. I didn't even do nothing. Mom was like, damn it. Udahlah, whatever. That's my mom. If my mom is like, okay, she's all talked out, like she's all yapped out. She's like, whatever, it's not a big deal. Boom. That's also why I like disagreements with my dad is fast. Because my dad is like, I understand why you do this, but it's best if you don't do this. And I'm like, oh, what should I do instead? And my dad goes, better you do this. It's healthier, safer, and more proper. And I'm like, oh, I never thought about that. Thank you. I'm so sorry I did that. I'll never do it again. Instead, I will do this. My dad goes, all right. End of conversation. There is no and then or if or what if or but or another thing or 2 months ago. None of that. It's just don't do this. Instead, do this. Cool. Okay. I apologize. I will do that. Thumbs up. End of conversation. That's how I talk with my dad. My mom, it's always a little bit of a journey, It's a little bit of a journey that's like kind of weaving around. Michi used confusion. Mochievee changes the topic on herself. I never realized I did this like subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to change the topic. I know I can, but I'm not trying to. Most of the time, I subconsciously do it. I do the same if people like compliment me too much because I have no idea what to say. Like if people are like complimenting me, I sit here and I'm like, dude, what am I supposed to say about that? I'm just going to change the topic right now. Because there's two options and both option leads the conversation to end instantly. And I kind of don't want the conversation to end right now. So, I don't know, man. A huge backlog versus this equal that plus those. Exactly. Damn. But I love my mother. I feel like I learned a lot from my mother. You learn about the things you shouldn't say. I told that to my mom once. Got my ass beat for it, but it was funny. I told my mom, I'm like, because she was going through this phase. Like she was midlife crisising, right? She's having a midlife crisis and she's like, I feel like I didn't teach you anything proper. Like, I am a failure of a mother. And she's kind of beating herself up a little bit. But that's the thing. Like, I will spend a good amount of time trying to cheer you up. if it doesn't work, I will make you laugh because I believe laughter heals the soul, right? Like sometimes, chat, and this is the yucky truth, you are not that difficult of a person. You are not that hard to love and you are not that hard to understand. It's just you refuse to accept that people are willing to put the effort for you. And that is usually how it is. So most of the time when you're going through the dumps, well, no matter what I say, it's just gonna boomerang right off of your brain. Like you're not gonna accept what I'm saying because you don't want to hear it. You want to hear something that will agree to whatever self-hate you have going on in your brain, right? So if I'm like, that's not true, you're not gonna listen to me. I will still try though. I will try for a little bit. If I clearly see that it's not working and you're just kind of in the gutter right now, I'll crack a joke or two, you know, make you laugh. And then I'll be like, okay, back to the topic. You're not bad of a guy. Like, you're not that bad. You're being a little too hard on yourself. And then usually they respond better, right? So I learned that from my mother. And one time, my mom was going through a midlife crisis. And she was like, I feel like I don't teach you anything proper as a mother. And I sit there, after comforting her for 2 fucking hours straight, mind you, I decided to be like, no, mom, you taught me a lot. She was like, yeah, what? And I'm like, you taught me what not to say. She was like, when did I teach that? Like, through life? And then I laughed. I said that, I'm like, just by watching you, now I know what not to say to people. Slaps my big round belly, and then she beats me. She was like, fuck you, you ungrateful. Worth it though. I cackle and laugh and slap my
Michi
big round belly.
changed the topic so much that she forgets to gope his girl. BTW,
I wanna pee.
when you come back, is there
How
a
did you know?
similar story but involving your mom and bro arguing?
Yes, a lot actually. Actually, I will pee. I'll be right back. How did you know I need to pee? What the fuck? Hello. I am back. Sorry, it took a while. I had to grab new toilet paper first, and I forgot where I put it. Ak. Hiya! Ha 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 ha. I can listen to Yap for hours and during daylights. I didn't get anything done. Oh. Yap as you work, chat. Multitasking. Thoughts? Girl, you ran out of toilet paper since yesterday? Well, I forgot, okay? Okay, I will tell you though, if my mom and my brother argue, I will say, right? I am very similar to my dad. My brother is very similar to my mom. A lot of people, when I tell people this, they don't understand what I talk about until they meet my family. Like, Ollie has met my family. Like, Ollie has genuinely spoken to every single member of my family. And after talking to them, Ollie looked me dead in the eye and was like, you are very similar to your dad. I see it now. And I'm like, yeah. And my brother's similar to my mom. And she was like, I see that now. Like, I never realized it until just now. And I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I am very much a type that's like, this is problem, this is solution, equal finish. My mom is, this is problem, I acknowledge problem, aha, caught you in a trap. Guess what I'm going to do? 3 years problem backlog. You're done. You're cocked. Oh, it's always the secret third other thing. And the backlog is so damn long. It's like, I thought we went through this backlog yesterday. And she was like, no, this is different backlog. Oh. She is a safe that keeps everything. Everything. Book of grudges type shit. Dude, have you ever talked to like, maybe not your mom, maybe someone, right? And it's like, the argument is about, for example, you don't wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. Like, let's say that's the argument. And you're like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I'll do that. And they're like, you know what else you do? And it goes, remember that time, like, remember a week ago when you do this? Or like, remember that time that you do this? Or remember that time when you said this? And suddenly it's like, it went from one problem and out of nowhere, there is 20 problems. And they told you so fast, you don't even know how to address it. Like, you're like, where do I even begin? Right? Because you start addressing one problem, a new one spawns in. Is it oddly time comparison? Untrue, actually. I've recently bought this really nice, like, smelling hand soap. So I've been addicted to washing my hands because I love the smell. Yeah, you activated their combo move. Oh, but if you don't acknowledge the first one, it's a different combo move. It's like playing Street Fighter, but you are the bot. That's how it feels like. Literally arguing with people like that feels like you are the bot of a Street Fighter tester lobby. And then you are just beat the fuck up, but you cannot die, so you just have to deal with it. Oh, that's why you mix them up with the silly. A real chain combo till finished. My brother and my mom is very similar because... I will... Let me think, because just in case my mom is watching this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Guys. I realize I've made a mistake somewhere. Let me be wisdom with my thoughts. Okay. So my mother is a genius. Boom! There you go. My mother is a genius. She is so beautiful, so smart, so wise. Did I say smart? And wise. And patient.
Michi,
And
make a mistake.
Googling.
Never.
Exactly. I am Bob Ross. That is what I am. Uy. Will your mom ever sing on stream? She was nervous about it. I can tell her that maybe she could. Like, I've been telling her, like, you can if you want to. She's like, I am shy. But that is my mom. Okay, she has a gap away. Happy little accidents. My brother's the type that will grill you. Like, okay, there's like different argument types, right? Some people deal with argument like, this is problem, this is solution. Once it is like guaranteed, you understand the problem, you understand the solution, argument end. There are people that have backlogs. There are people, I call them people that drill. Like, they don't care. A problem isn't really a problem, right? Like, the problem isn't what you did. They don't really care about the solution. They just want to hear you admit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to hear you echo back their grievances without them telling you what the grievance is. You know what you did. That. And you're like, what did I do? And they will give you little tiny hints. And if you don't catch up onto it, instant anger. So it's like, there's different types of arguments, right? My mom is kind of a mixture of a lot of those. Like, it really depends on the vibe. It depends on the weather and like how the degree of where the sun sets and rises. My brother, I love him. I do. Like, I love my brother to death. And if anyone talks shit about him, you're dead. I'm throwing hands. However, I will admit, my brother does have a hard time admitting that he is wrong. Like, I have a hard time apologizing not because I can't say sorry. It's just I need to understand what I did, right? Like, if you tell me exactly what I did and why I did was wrong, then I will apologize. Because in my head, if I say sorry to you and I do it again, I was lying, right? Like, I need to know why I'm apologizing so I can make sure that I'll never make the same mistake again. And that way, I'm not lying to you. My brother just genuinely has a hard time apologizing and admitting that he's wrong. So as you can tell, arguments between a person that will never admit that they're wrong and a person that really wants you to completely admit that you're wrong, you'll never believe what combo that... You will never believe the beautiful combo that results in. So my mom likes to really hear it. You know, like if let's say mom's like, Michi, the way you do dishes is dirty. I can't just be like, I understand. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I can't say that. I have to be like, I understand. The way I do dishes is incorrect because the correct way to do dishes is this. And the way I do it is disgusting because this. That is very valid, very fair. I understand my mistake. I apologize. I'll never do it again. It's like that. Like, I have to basically copy paste what she says, apologize, and say I'll never do it again. My brother can't even say sorry. So, like, you really think he's going to essay? No, bro. My brother have a problem being like, I apologize. I am sorry. No. The way my brother ends argument, if he's wrong, this is my favorite part. If I argue with my brother, literally, me and my brother rarely argue. Like, we argued when we were younger. Like, when we were kids, we would argue like, it's my turn on the spinning machine, or like, it's my turn to play with these toys, right? Normal arguing. But ever since we've grown up, we literally rarely fucking argue. Because I understand. My brother cannot apologize, but he understands when he's wrong. I get it. It's an unspoken thing, you know, like, because my brother does this little quirk where if he realizes he's wrong, he goes like, yeah, well, whatever. That's what that's what my brother does. He goes like, yeah, well, yeah, I guess it makes sense, but I make sense too if you really think about it. In a hypothetical world, like, I make sense too. And I'm like, no, in a hypothetical world, you make sense. But in this world, it's kind of not really. And he's like, whatever lah, don't talk about it. And then I change the topic. So I understand. Listen, everyone has ego, right? Like, I'm not over here to change you. I like hanging out with you for who you are. If you have an insane ego, I'm not gonna be annoyed at that. I knew the risk, dude, and I'm okay with it. I don't need to hear, like, this is my brain. I don't need you to apologize to me. As long as you understand that I don't like a specific thing, and I know that you acknowledge it, I don't really give a shit if you said sorry or not. Just don't do it again. Like, that's the way I think, right? And my brother, even though he doesn't apologize, if he realizes it bothers you, he will never do it again. He will just not say sorry, but he will never do it again. So I like that. I'm chill. I'm okay with it. My mom don't care. One time they had an argument. And I know about this argument. You know it's bad when I get roped into it. So most of the arguments I know are usually the more like intense ones because no one ever brings me into the argument unless it's bad. So, this is the funny part. My mom WhatsApped me. Oh, I remember. It was in the morning. My mom WhatsApped me. Ding! And I have my mom pinned on WhatsApp, right? Because, well, I love my family. I do. But if I don't respond to my mom, all my other families, if I don't respond, they are chill and they will wait a couple of days. If I don't respond to my mom ASAP, she is calling the ambulance and the police. So, it is very urgent. So, I have my mom pinned. Boom, I get a message from my mom. She was like, what are you doing right now? So, I'm like, what's wrong? What's happening? And she's like, no, I just want to talk to you about something. But if you're stressed, like, I don't want to talk to you about it. Like, it's not urgent. And I'm like, Mom, just let me know what's happening, right? So, she's like, can I call? And I'm like, dude, feel free. So, I called her. And she's over here yapping about something. I'm gonna be real, I have no clue what she was talking about. I don't remember, but it's something that my brother did that really pissed her off. And to be fair, she was valid for why this pissed her off. Like, my brother doesn't get angry very often, but when my brother gets angry, he's the type that says things he doesn't mean. You know, like, there are people that get angry and then they shut themselves out. There are people that get angry and then they say shit they don't mean or do things they don't mean. My brother is that type of person, but he doesn't get angry often. So at that time, I will say this. It's not proper to say it, but I understand what happened, right? In the middle of an argument, my brother said the one thing you should never, ever, ever say to your mom, or especially an Asian mom. My brother hit her with the, "I never asked to be born." Oh. 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 He hit her with the, "You gave birth to me. I never asked to be birthed. You gave birth to me." As your man, one guy said, "You did this too, Michi?" That's why I understand. Okay, I was young. I did something like that too when I was younger and more emotional and unstable and not on my meds. So like low-key, my brother became like a statistic that day. Like, I get it. Like, I totally get it. It's one of those, like, you're really overwhelmed and you just say shit, right? The forbidden phrase. And my mom was just yapping about it. I know deep down she's hurt, but she's never gonna admit the hurt. She's just gonna be really fucking angry. It's one of those.
Asian or not, that's asking to get some retroactive birth control.
You see, back then, I've said something like that too to my mom. I will admit it, I did. But this was during the time I was really fucking emo and sad, right? I was like a really sad kid. And when I said, I was like, "I never asked to be born," I didn't say it like that. I said it more in a sense of like, man, why am I even here? It's kind of like a cry for help for me. My brother was an angry thing. So it's like, I get how that hurts more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think what we both did, we did something similar, but mine was like, "Man, why am I even here, man?" My brother is, "You brought me in here." Like that. So my mom is angry. And as she's yapping, I'm getting essays from my brother. Like, my brother's not the type to instantly tell you like something's wrong, but you can tell there's signs, right? There's signs. And this sign was a very loud yelling mother. So like, I'm like, "Guys, you can't tell that they're angry, but there will be signs." And the sign is, well, no shit. Mom is in call with me yelling her fucking brains out. No shit. You are upset. So I'm like, "Hey," me pretending like I'm not in a call with my mom. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And my brother's like, "What do you mean, what's up? Nothing's up. I'm just like asking if you want to hang out." And I'm like, "I'm down, but like, is something bothering you? Or like something?" And he's like, "Oh my God, and then he just starts like talking a little bit, just little words, right? He's like, "Nothing." Here's the thing. Do I think this action is polite? No. But I understand because my brother was angry and definitely is the type that says and does things he doesn't mean. I was fucking born with this kid, right? Like, I've known him all his damn life. So I understand he doesn't mean it. But during that time, he messaged me being like, he said, and this is why I know it's like bad. He's like, "Whatever. Can I just have money?" Is what he said. So here's the thing. My brother doesn't do that unless he is so frustrated and he wants to like spend money, but he doesn't want to spend my mom's money. So he would just do it to me. So he literally hit me with the, "Whatever. Can you send me money?" And I sat there, like my mom is yapping, right? She's just yap. I saw that message. And the only thing I responded was, "That bad, huh?" That's all I said. I was like, damn. I was like, "Shit's that bad, huh, buddy?" And he was like, "Man, actually," and then I see it. Little bro typing. You see the little message, "Little brother typing ... And I just left it, right? And I'm listening to my mom like, "No, Mom, I get it. Like, that must be really frustrating, blah, blah." And then boom, my brother sends me an essay. Motherfucker, I'm sitting there like, thank God I grew up with AO3, bitch. Because like, if I didn't, I wouldn't read all that. Motherfucker, like at least AO3 formats their goddamn stories. This shit is just a square brick. And I'm scrolling. Where's the end of this brick? It's a never-ending tunnel. And then in the bottom, there is the little blue text that says see more. And then you click it and then it doubles. Motherfucker hit me the domain expansion. Shit huge. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna do my best. You know what the problem was? Like it was nasty, right? And I was like, what's happening? It was one of those problems, chat. The main source was my mom didn't like the fact that my brother wouldn't like update her. So recently, right, my brother is being more social and he's, you know, hanging out with friends more, very normal point in your life, right? But here's the thing, sometimes your parents, and this is kind of on your parents, but it also depends on how you tell them, your parents aren't ready to let go of you yet. You know? Like, according to my mom, I've matured very fast. Like, I kind of just when it comes to like doing shit. So the moment my mom kind of realized that she wants to be more present in our life or like she wants to do more with us, I'm already working. So it's kind of on my brother, right? So my mom hasn't kind of like let go of my brother yet. My brother's like, I want to hang out with my friends. I want to like, you know, go visit them. I want to just like do a lot of things with my life. And my mom is kind of being a little bit overbearing. And it literally could have been resolved by just saying 1 to 2 simple, normal words. But no, chat. My mom had to be like, you are going out too much. And then, it's kind of sweet. I don't know if this is actually what happened, but according to my brother, my mom just went into his room and was like, you are going out too much. I don't like it. Stay at home more. And my brother goes, what? But I'm not doing anything though. I'm just hanging out with my friends. Sometimes I do projects. Like, I'm not going to clubs and shit, right? Like, I'm not doing drugs over here. I'm just hanging out with friends. Mom's like, still, you go out a bit too much, blah, 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 blah. You are not allowed to go out, blah, blah, blah. And my brother was like, I literally sat there. There's so many times there's an argument and I have to just be like, it's not about me, man. It ain't about you. This literally is not about you. You'll be shocked at how many problems you can fix if you have that mentality. Because my brother's like, yeah. So then I told mom, right? I said, when Michi... I sat there, I was like, why the fuck you bring me up? Why the fuck you bring me up? I'm not even there. Oh, I got like long distance altered. Like, long time ago, Michi go out. She go clubs. She go bar. And you not mad. And then mom started saying, right? She was like, that girl was so stubborn. I was mad, but she don't care. She was so stubborn and blah, blah, blah. She always been so stubborn and so blah, 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 blah. When you tell her something, she never listen. She always this. And I'm reading it. And I'm like, whoa. Why fuck me for? What? Me? And then my brother goes, yeah, so then I got mad at mom. Because how dare mom talk so much shit about you? Okay, that's another thing. Like, I love my brother. Sometimes, like, I get it. You have good intentions, right? But, like, genuinely just shut up. But, like, my brother gets angry if anyone shit talks me. But my brother shit talks me. Don't even say aw, because I don't understand it. Like, my brother will shit talk the shit out of me. Like, full on, my brother's like, oh, yeah. It's like, what does your sister do? It's like, oh, my sister is a scientific research. Like, he was talking to his friends. It was like, what does your sister do? It's like, oh, my sister works in a lab and she is so smart. What does your sister do? And my brother sits there and goes, drugs. That's it. Like, literally, that's it. And then, so I'm like, wait, what? You can talk shit about me, but... And I was like, yeah, but no, it's different because it's mom, okay? Like, our relationship is not the same as your relationship. So, like, mom can't talk shit about you like that. And I got mad because mom was, like, saying so many bad things. And, like, she was, like, saying that you are stubborn and saying that you are basically, like, so hard to educate. And, like, mom was saying that, like, you, one word enter ear, out the other, or not enter at all. And mom saying that you are treating life like playground. And I have two choices. Either I can be like, what do you mean by that? Or I actually address the problem. But no, that is true. My mom used to be like, you are like an adult, but you treat the world like a child. You know, like, one time my mom got mad at me for that. Well, not mad, but she was like tweaking. I can't even say anything about it though. And my brother was defending me. And then my mom basically said to my brother, like, listen, man, you know, like, do you really want to become like your sister? And my brother's like, I wouldn't mind being like my sister, actually. And I'm like, oh my God, after you talk shit about me and drag me into an argument that I didn't even know existed. That's so sweet. And he's like, I wouldn't mind being her, actually. And mom's like, well, it's different because you two are different people and you cannot do what she does and she cannot do what you do because you are so different and blah, blah, blah. And this is why blah, blah, blah. And that's when my brother got frustrated and then he fucking decided to alt and goes like, yeah, well, I never choose to be born. You
A
had
brother
me
is
here.
the only one who can mess with their sister. I got into some heated fights over other people talking smack about my sister.
Nah, dude, I love my brother though. Like, that's why he ulted. It's because, like, in his opinion, my mom was like comparing us, and I guess he's really sick of that. Because, like, usually, right? I understand that's kind of like his button. Like, my brother has like a lot of buttons. He doesn't get angry, but there are certain buttons you push to really piss him off. And one of them is if you remove any type of individualism from someone, he gets upset. Because growing up, people would either people would compare us with each other all the time, right? Like, people would either be like, oh, Michi is not as smart as her brother, or like Michi is not as, like, you know, I don't know, her grades are not as good as her brother's, or they would compare my brother to me, being like, oh, you know, the brother doesn't really partake in this many competitions, or like, oh, the brother hasn't. It's people will always compare us together. I think to a degree that brought us closer because we're very like, I don't know. I mean, I like the fact that you're nothing like me because, bro, if you're exactly like me, how the fuck am I gonna ask for help? Like, bitch, if you think I can ask for help to myself and I would be like this, you must be out of your mind. I need the opposite of me to talk to myself. So we got closer because of that. And it was a whole argument. And you will never believe how we resolved it. Full grown ass adults, mind you. You know how we resolved it? I literally went, you know what? Let's all eat together. I sat there and I was like, oh my God, you know what would really heal our soul and mind? There is a bakery that I heard of and we should go to that bakery. So I took these two motherfuckers to the bakery. They didn't know each other was there. And I sat them down. Did I talk about the problem? No, I went, listen guys, try out the cake. Because I think cake helps everything. I'm like, try out the cake. If you don't like chocolate, there is strawberry. If you don't like strawberry, there is chocolate. If you don't like any of them, there is lemon. But I don't like lemon. And I started talking about the fact that I don't like lemon. And I was like talking about like, yet I heard that my friends like the lemon cake, but I don't really like lemon cake, even though I don't think it tastes like lemon. But it's just the fact that the word lemon's there, you know? Like, because I don't like lemon. Because remember that time I was in the hospital and I took a lot of those lemon laxatives? And then my brother's like, yeah, I remember that. And I was like, yeah, that traumatized me. Remember the time you had surgery? And like, I talked about my brother's surgery. And I was like, remember that time you had surgery? And then like, you got so mad at me because I opened up your stitches by making you laugh. Like, I wasn't even doing anything. I was like, dude, you did something. You fucked me over. And I was like, nah, dude, you laughed on your own. Like, do you think I'm funny looking or something? And then eventually, after me and my brother talked, so my mom would jump into the conversation. And then once the conversation feels better, I'm like, see, we are all family by the end of the day. It is time to hug it out. Full grown ass adults, mind you. These are full grown ass fucking adults. And I was like, let's all group hug. Motherfucking approaching this like a Teletubby episode. That's what I did. I was Barney. I was the Barney that is a dinosaur from our imagination type shit. And I was like, wow. But they argue, dude, some of their arguments would last weeks, sometimes even months. It lasts for so goddamn long because they're like contrasting. Sometimes it's really funny because I feel like in a lot of their arguments, I get brought up. And I'm purple. It makes it worse. I'm always brought up in a lot of their arguments and I'm not sure why. Like, what am I even fucking doing, dude? I'm not doing anything. I'm staying in my own lane. I'm chilling by myself. One thing that it wasn't an argument, but I had a disagreement with my brother. Is my brother is very, very protective of me. Okay? But I think sometimes it's a little silly. One of my favorite examples is when I was younger, my parents would never let me date. Like, my parents really don't want me to date because, you know, she doesn't want me to, I don't know, get pregnant or whatever. I don't fucking know. But then as I get older, now my parents are desperate for me to date because they realize that the genetic pool will die with us at this rate, right? So now my parents are like, have you met my friends, sons, friends, neighbors, pet fishes, brick house owner kid? They are single. Like that. So now my parents are kind of like, uh-oh, undo. We gotta introduce you to people. You gotta start finding somebody. But my brother is the exact opposite. Like when I was younger, my brother doesn't really know a lot about dating. Now, oh, my brother do not want me dating, dude. He's like, oh my God. Like I would be talking about weddings and shit because a lot of our family members are getting married. A lot of our friends are getting married. A lot of our cousins are getting married. Some of my cousins are on their third child. Like everyone's starting a family. And my brother always hits me with the, like, I'm like, oh damn, would you ever have like an expensive wedding, dude? My brother's like, I don't know. Would you? And I'm like, not really. I kind of want something more intimate probably. And my brother's like, yeah, later when you're like 70 years old, right? And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, because you're not going to get married anytime too soon, right? Like later. And I was like, why would I get married that old? He's like, think about it. You're at the prime of your life. You don't want to be in a relationship. Like, you don't know. Some people might not be good people. Like, what if you marry the wrong person and then it's over? Just wait until the right time. And I'm like, is the right time 70? He's like, maybe older. Maybe never. Just live your life. And every time I'm like, oh, like, I was thinking about like, there's this person, they're really sweet. It's like, yeah, they're really, like, you should be good friends. Good friends. That's what my brother does. Like, oh, I met this person. Like, oh yeah, that's your good friend. Right? A good friend. Or he would be like, I want to talk to your friend first. So now it's like, I grew up with a parent and now that I'm older, I have another parent. It's like, what the fuck, brother? First of all, he's younger than me. He's not even older than me. Bro is literally younger than me. Like, what the fuck do you know, dude? He's like, I've seen a lot of life. Like, no, you haven't, bitch. It's like, I know more than you. No, you fucking don't, bitch. Relax. Okay, wait until your wrinkles set in, then talk. But I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But he is so against the idea because he's scared that I'm gonna get screwed over. To be fair though, my brother has all the right because he knows the most about like all the people I've ever been interested in and the people who are interested in me. And I guess I don't have the best track record. So like my brother's like a little bit protective of it. He's so convinced I am one heartbreak away from going through my Joker arc. Like he is so convinced. And I'm like, dude, it's not that serious. But my brother's like, no, you can't. You just can't. You don't understand. People in this world are different. Okay, like you cannot trust them. Sometimes they don't say what they mean. You cannot trust them. And I was like, oh. My mom likes to say like, I don't understand how you are still alive. Like that is what my mom likes to say. My brother says that but nicer. But the thing that my mom and my brother likes to say to me is like, we have no idea how you are at this point right now because it's like you treat life like it is all fun and games when it is not fun and games. But we can't say anything because you're okay. It's like you are waddling through life, but we can't complain because you make it through anyway. And I'm like, oh, that's not true. And it's like, okay. Oh my God, my mom was talking to me about the Vishojo situation. I remember that. My mom was telling me the Vishojo because I was venting about it to my mom, right? I was like, you'll never believe what happened. And I told her about the Vishojo situation. She was like, you've been in this situation before. And I was like, yeah, but that's not the point. That's not the point, Mom. The point is it happened again. And she was like, no, but like, are you listening to yourself? The fact that like, fool me once, fool me twice. How many times are they gonna fool you? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe 5, 6. I kind of like that number. I don't know. So she was like yapping about it. And she was like, I don't understand. I don't understand how you're doing this. Problems come your way. And you're not even like taking it seriously, but it resolves itself. And I have no clue how it's doing that. So I cannot complain. But it is scary. And I literally sit there and I'm like, I don't know either. My toxic trait is I think if there are challenges in the world, chat, it's something that I can handle. My toxic trait is I believe the world will not give me a challenge that I cannot handle. And thus, it means... Okay, have you ever watched an anime of like, let's say JoJo, right? Or like, let's say an anime whose title is like your name. And then there's a scene where the main character is fighting to the death. But you damn know there is a season 3. So like, you know that they're not gonna die. You know what I'm saying? It's very weird, but like, the best I can explain is like, have you ever watched an anime where it's like, you'll never know if the main character is gonna live or die, but then there's like 4 seasons of this anime, so like you know that the main character is definitely not dead. That's how I feel about it. Like, I feel like there is no challenge that I cannot face. If the world gives it to me, then I probably can do it. I just have to survive through it. And then you watch Akame ga Kill. Shut the fuck up. Not all animes. And then I like to think that if let's say I make a mistake, then I will learn new things. If I don't make a mistake, then I will experience new things. Either way, there are always new things. And I am excited to see it. And that's my mentality. I wish I'm joking. It's toxic. Don't get me wrong. I genuinely think my optimism titters on toxic positivity. I am not gonna lie. That's kind of like how I cope most of the time. Because there is a thing called toxic positivity where you're like, everything will go my way. And then you fall into a hole on purpose, right? Like, it's not really that. But it's one of those things that, like, if I can do something about it, I will do it. But if I can't do anything about it, I won't worry about it. Because by the end of the day, chat, if there's a problem and you can fix it, then fix it. If there's a problem and you cannot fix it, why worry about it? You worrying and you not worrying, the problem still exists, dude. So just kind of AFK a little bit. That's weirdly enough how I think. And I like to think that trusting people, it's scary. But you know what? You experience more. And there is that beautiful feeling knowing that words mean something. Honor means something to somebody. And it brings me joy and I can sleep soundly at night. So I like to trust people fully. And I like to take things as much as I need to, right? If I need to lock in, I will lock in. But I'm not going to overstress myself for something that I cannot change. It's like, I'll do my best. But if my best's not good enough, then like, you know what? GG, go next, right? We'll try again later. But for today, we get a sweet treat. I thought your toxic trait was I can take them. My toxic trait is if I think about it hard enough, I think I can do it. Ooh, toxic positivity is being positive in spite of reality. Oh, honey, you did so great, you're killing it. When the person is quite just fucked up royalties. Oh, is that toxic positivity? I thought toxic positivity is like, you're always so positive that it's low-key. Like, sometimes you need to be a little bit pessimistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you need to be a little bit pessimistic, but you're not. High risk, high reward, they say. Exactly. Gambling! Aw, man. Yeah. Oh, it depends on the person? Wait, well, okay. I will say this. I know every time I talk about my mentality, a lot of people think it's like, oh, you are so naive. It's not that. I feel like I've gone through a lot of really fucked up shit in life that in my head, okay, you know what? I'll say this. For people that are like, I wish I can think the same. This is how I started having this mentality. First, meds, 100%. But I feel like I've already gone through a lot of shit that like fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here. If I survived that, I can survive this. And that is the mentality I have. It's like, if I went through all that and I survived, I probably can survive this. How bad could it possibly be? Yeah! Cooking. I'm not challenging life. If life is listening to me, please do not give me a challenge. I am not the strongest of warriors. I am just a guy in a little armor suit and a sword. Please be nice. And then Michi goes to the hospital. Aga. Think about it. You know, I think if you are positive because you're not really sure what you're doing, that's one thing. But I feel like I've seen not a lot, like not everything obviously, but I've seen a good amount of like the not so happy side of the world. And I realized that that shit sucks. And I don't want to be another sad guy. I don't know how to word it. Like, people are already so mean. You know, there's so many mean people in the world. There's so many mean people in the world. And there's so many people that don't try. Like, have you ever sat there and you're like, I wish someone said something to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever been in that point of life where you're like, I kind of wish someone said something or like did something? Like, most of the time, people are very busy focusing on their own thing, and it overwhelms them, and it's understandable. Everyone is valid for that. But I feel like I've seen a lot of shit, and I don't want to be another one of those guys. I'm going to be the person I wish was there for me back then. Type shit! Oh, and that's how I'm trotting to life. Okay? Like, back then, I was like, I wish I knew a guy like this. I'm gonna be that guy, dude. I'm gonna be the guy I needed back then. And this was the guy I needed. I need someone a little bit more, have a little bit more faith in life, right? Like, yeah, sure, life is shit, but you know what? We're together. We can laugh at it once it's done, because it will end. All the tough, bad shit, it will come to a close. And after that, we'll laugh at it. We'll get a drink and then laugh at it. That's life, bro. Writing. And then we play Tomodachi Life. Yay! We honestly become the person we had growing up type shit. Dude, be the person that little you needed. Ooh, writing. This too shall pass. Like George. Michael said, I gotta have faith. Exactly. Oh, like George Michael said, I read it as Michael. Tomodachi already, please. I love how sometimes I would yap about random things and then randomly life lore drop. Life is funny. It's a very interesting thing. Make the best you can. Ugh. Is the Tomodachi Life in the room with us? Shut the fuck up! Okay, I've never played Tomodachi Life. I didn't even play the demo, but I did see a lot of my friends. I saw Henya put me in her Tomodachi Life. Right? Am I crazy? Did Henya put me in it? I'm gonna put Henya in mine. And then we're going to either be enemies or lovers. Okay, how do I set this up? Okay, 1 second. Have you seen Kuro's? Yes, he removed my nose and put more effort in making Jared than he did in mine. Bro literally sat there. You know what's crazy? You know, there's like, if you make characters, you can put in their birthdays. Well, I'm trying to connect my Switch controllers right now. And Kuro was like, I remember her birthday. It's the 27th of April. Full chest of confidence, by the way. Damn, I wish I got half the confidence this dude had. Oh, it was like, I remember her birthday. It's the 27th of April, right, guys? And I was like, damn, what a bad friend. And then I talked to Ollie, and Ollie's like, I remember your birthday. It's the 27th of February. I just don't get it. March doesn't fucking exist, dude. How? No. Kuro said 28th of April. Ollie said 27th of February. I don't know how. It's like March doesn't fucking exist. Did you see Kuro's clip? Which clip? No, she did it on purpose because she wanted to test me to see if I knew when I was born, guys. That's why, because she cares about me so much. She wants to know if I remembered when I was born. The clip? Don't spoil it. So you're saying Kuro's clip? What? Which clip? Which clip? I'm gonna Google this. You know what? Kuro has that hashtag, right? Goddamn ex-corpos and their clip hashtags. That's my favorite thing about ex-corpo VTubers. They have a hashtag for their fan art, hashtag for their clips, hashtag for general. They have so many fucking hashtags. Oh, is this the one he retweeted? Right? K9 Hero. Koreka. Arara. Et. Break me. This one?
What does V Shoujo want, bro? What do you want?
Why does he have a character named Vishoujo though?
What? Why are you sad?
Hello. I'm feeling a bit wobbly. I think I've been thinking too hard. My head. It's as if there's something rattling inside.
Let me see.
Help me clear my mind.
Really? Really? That's what's been on your mind? Talent income? Seriously, bro? Seriously?
Much
Oh,
better!
you can't even script this shit.
Guys, I'm starting to be a little afraid of playing Tomodachi Life. Guys, I feel like I shouldn't play Tomodachi Life. I'm gonna be honest with you. Or... and it's actually talent income. Right. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say for Tomodachi Life, right? First of all, I'm gonna do my best to find a playlist that will fit this. Tomodachi... What's a good playlist to listen to when you're playing Tomodachi Life? I have no clue. But I'm gonna create the characters depending on my perception of them. Like that. So, basically, it's how I see them. That is going to be the play. Alright, now let me see if I can set this up. 1 moment. While I'm trying to set this up, chat, thoughts on what playlist we should listen to as we play Tomodachi Live? Why is it not turning on? Am I stupid? Turn on! Aha! I'm so good at turning things on right now. Wait, I have to. Chat, do I play Tomodachi Life Welcome version or Tomodachi Life Living the Dream? What the fuck? There's like two. Do I play Welcome version or Living the Dream? I never played any of this. I have no clue. Oh, Living the Dream. Oh, the Welcome one is a demo. Okay, okay. Okay. Open game. Dirumari. Alright, I'll be switching into this. What's a good Stardew Valley or lo-fi music? Okay, I'll set it up once we switch into it. Because I haven't set it up. I literally just finished downloading it. I was downloading the game as we talked because I forgot to do it yesterday because I had to charge my Switch.